Hello and welcome, everybody, to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, we're in rare form already. This is bad.
Is it really a permanent installment? It's here for good?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay.
It's here.
Oh, boy. Sadly, no Taliesin tonight. He's very sick, so he's home, probably watching, hopefully watching this, so you can keep up with how we ruin your character while you're gone.
No.
But yeah, so get better, buddy, and we'll see you when we come back.
Got too close to a time-traveling version of himself.
Yeah, he was like, I can make it, and we're like, no, do not be patient zero.
Timeline fatigue.
Super rude of him to not have his character die last week since he wasn't going to be here today.
Forgive you.
That's horrifying. So yeah, heal better, Taliesin. So before we jump into tonight's episode, we have some quick announcements to get through. First and foremost, we have our wonderful sponsor of the campaign, our friends at D&D Beyond. Sam?
D&D Beyond, everybody.
Oh, geez.
And speaking of campaigns, everyone is on the edge of their seats to see what will unfold in the campaign for president of D&D Beyond. If you're just joining the show, you might not have known this, but I, Sam Riegel, am running a ferocious campaign to become the president of D&D Beyond, the company. Not sure yet if they know this, but I'm going to win, and I will command their company. Running against me has been Liam O'Brien, doing a great job.
You seen the polls lately?
The polls, not only have I seen the polls, we were just up in Seattle, and a lot of people who came to came by our tables for like an autograph or whatever said they were voting for you, friend.
Wow.
Which scared the shit out of me.
Don't believe the polls.
Yeah.
D&D players want a firm hand.
I don't think they. I think ultimately your strong arm authoritarian technique will fail. But just in case, I've prepared an ad, which I hope will win me back support by showing the people what I think they really like and they really want most out of a candidate.
What?
Celebrity endorsements. So I have lined up some pretty hot celebrity endorsements, and I hope they will turn the tide of this election. Roll that video, guys.
Sam is the man for me. Truth, justice, and the Sam American way. That's terrible.
What's that?
Sam Riegel makes shit happen.
Truth, justice, and the Sam American way. And the Sam American way.
Yay to my bestest best friend, Sam. Yay, Sam. And boo, Liam. Are we done?
Sam Riegel is running for president, and he asked me to make an endorsement video for him.
Hi, this is Timothy Simons, and on behalf of Sam, I just wanted to say that he really wants me to say that.
So I said I would, and so I am. And this is my endorsement video that I said I would make. I have to see Sam a lot, so I told him I would make this, so this is it.
Sam Riegel for president.
Sam, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Vote Sam. Who's Sam?
Sam is the man for me.
Vote for Sam. Can you give me my phone, please? I just have to make a quick call. I have to call my agent because I didn't get a break. No, I didn't get the SAG meal.
Truth, justice, and the Sam American way. Two terrible fucking things he wants me to say. Sam Riegel makes shit happen. Sam Riegel makes shit happen.
Is it Riegel? Okay. The love and compassion that this person has for the world is insurmountable. Samantha Riegel.
Vote for Sam Riegel for president. Is that his name? Am I done?
I'm Sam Riegel, and I approve this message because celebrities are the best among us. I rest my case.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Celebrities typically know better than you and I do. They exist on a higher level of thinking and existence. And when a celebrity says that you're good, they're good.
How much shit do you have on them? Do you have a recording of their farts in the booth or something?
Absolutely. Every time they've said a naughty word, I've recorded it and kept it banked. Anyway, thanks to D&D Beyond for sponsoring the show, and I hope I can run your company someday. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone who's now debt-free of what they owed Sam Riegel over all these years.
It's out of hand.
Holy shit. All right, yes, and thank you, D&D Beyond, for making this happen every week. A big thank you to everyone who came out and saw us this past weekend at Emerald City Comic-Con. We had an amazing time. It was a great panel. The critters came out in full force. Every convention, we just kind of take over, and it's kind of amazing. So we had the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of you guys, had some incredible times, got some incredible gifts from a number of fantastic folks out there, shared some great words, some tears, some hugs. So thank you all for making the time out there to come see us, and we have Denver Comic-Con coming up soon, and other events throughout the year that we get to announce as we go. So super excited about that. Travis, you had an announcement.
Yes! Oh, all you crazy, beautiful people, our Vox Machina, Legend of Vox Machina Kickstarter animated series campaign is still running strong! That's my best Sam Riegel impression.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We have currently raised over $7.7 million to make this animated special series, Briarwood Amazingness. Our next and final, really stretch goal is $8.8 million. And if we hit that, we will be able to complete the series and make 10 episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina.
Guys, we might actually get there.
I know.
This is like, it's possible. We could make a whole season of a TV show.
I don't even know.
Just us in the community. No big companies, nothing.
It's amazing. Everybody knows.
It's been insane.
Also, if we hit 8.8, finally, our very own Ashley Johnson will DM her very first game. We will put her behind that screen. We will effectively kidnap her from NBC's Blind Spot, and it will be amazing. Don't quote me on that. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Travis. Laura, I think you had a quick commercial announcement to make.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Y'all, this has been a long time coming. We've been working on this for a while. Taliesin designed this gorgeous, and he created all of the freaking code. This is what we used in our
functional written language of the Cobalt Soul cipher.
I mean, shut
Allison
up.
has been talking about that design for about 2 years.
And every time I was like, is it done? Is it done? He's like, it's almost there. It's almost there. This is worth it.
Did any of us actually look at it to see what it actually means?
I did, thankfully.
Okay,
yeah.
that's really
cool.
It's actually really cool. It has a bunch of hidden symbolism and
He was here to explain it all. I know. And I got a lot of tweets from you guys with our journals that we've released in the past, and a lot of you were like, can we have gridded paper? Because I like to make notes in my maps. So I made the back 30% of it gridded paper for people who like to check things out.
OG.
And draw things. So yeah,
secret maps.
Pretty freaking cool. It's in the shop right now, and it's also in the UK store right now.
We can't get clearance on that one. Sorry. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Super excited. I've been working on that for a while, so super excited to see that.
There's a thing, you can close it, there's little, you can place mark stuff, it's pretty great.
All true. All true. And as a quick note, we will be taking next week off. Many of us have been working our butts off for a while, and some folks need a little break, and some folks are just traveling with family. There are a lot of vacations and little escapes all lined up, and we're like, let's just go ahead and take the week off for all of us, for ourselves and our crew. Been working tirelessly for the past few weeks with everything with the Kickstarter and the channel and everything. So we will be dark March 28th, next Thursday, as well as the following talks, April 2nd, will be dark as well. But we'll be back, returning on our regular schedule the following week. April 4th will be the next episode after tonight. So enjoy the next 2 weeks. Use that time to relax. Use that time to, I don't know, watch other episodes or check out some of the other great streams out there or get the rest of your family and friends indoctrinated.
I can finally get that colonic.
See?
Wow. You've been talking about that for
everything
so
is content,
long.
right?
I'm ready.
Everything is content.
I'm ready for it.
Do you know how many miniatures are trapped up there? I need to flush it out.
Check your colons, kids.
There's the Thordak went.
Gelatinous cube is rough.
I don't want to ruin a camera.
And on that note, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call, digging deep in your soul? As the legend unfolds, now it's your turn.
And welcome back, everybody. That was a team effort tonight.
We will
Well done.
never stop doing that. We will never stop.
I've noticed. I just accepted at this point. This is my life
We'll
now.
be at your funeral, and we will be.
I hope so.
We will say cock butter.
Oh no! I did something horrible in a past life, and I'm still paying penance.
I'm using it. It's mine.
There you go.
Gift.
Too bad. I'm taking it.
Motherfucker. Lock it up. Lock it up.
So, last we left off, the Mighty Nein, the intrepid cast of unique and broken individuals, found their way east to the lands of Xhorhas in search of the seemingly recently captured husband of Not the Brave from a previous life, which seems to be held and is currently residing somewhere beneath Gordranas. Upon traveling through subterranean tunnels under the mountain range of the Ashkeeper Peaks, wandering past the dangers of the ashen wastes of the western side of Xhorhas, you made your way to the city of beasts, Asarius, where you, under the guise of various illusions and or just smeared mud, hid throughout the society, made some friends, purchased some moorbounder beasts as mounts, and underwent a conversation with one of the drow heads of the city, and accepted 2 contracts, it seemed, to both gain gold and possibly favor with the bright Queen Lelys Kryn herself, whatever that may be. Upon searching for one of these, for an Empire spy as one of these, you discovered it to be Dyron, your mentor from the Cobalt Soul, and the other one enabled you to travel towards the north center of the city, beneath the well there, to discover what seemed to be a source of this slow-rolling demonic incursion into the city of Asarius. There you did battle with a succubus and an incubus, as well as some sort of other demonic general entity that came through the portal. A very harsh battle ensued in which a number of members of your own party turned against you under the charm effects of these demonic creatures.
Talking about you, dick.
So long.
At the end of this, all of you lay bruised and beaten, and Caduceus snuffed, his life lost. If not for the divine magics of Jester and that one diamond you guys have been carrying around for a long time as components, you managed. No, you do not.
Caduceus still has one.
Does he still have one?
Yeah. We bought 2.
Good to know.
Thank God.
But pulling him from the jaws of death, he returned with a mild vision from the Wild Mother, and you all, broken and beaten and not in a place to make much conversation, quickly made a night's rest here in the seemingly now safe caverns beneath the city. So, you guys take your long rest.
Yep.
You can set yourselves at a full night's recovery.
Before we sleep, or as we're sleeping, I just wanted to check with Caleb. Caleb! I found this leather scroll. Would it be better for you to identify it now or after we rest? It's in a language I can't understand. I don't even know if it's a language at all.
Hand it over.
What?
Hand it over.
Okay. Yes, please. Please is always appreciated.
I pull the book out and I start to ritual cast Identify.
Okay.
I don't know. This is before we went to sleep or after?
This is before going to sleep.
I can't tell your morning voice from your just almost died voice.
Yeah. From his I was controlled voice.
Wait, it's a scroll in a different language?
Correct. Use Identify.
I'll switch that to comprehend languages.
Okay.
Instead, as a ritual.
It is abyssal, and there's nothing magical about it. It does not contain any sort of spell or incantation. What it is an incomplete, or at least a very limited portion of a construction instruction. Looking over it, and based on some of the things you had seen in the tunnel behind you, approaching this space, you gathered that this was the next wave of development beneath the city, in which the more permanent portal you saw being partially inscribed in the stone of the tunnels as you entered. This is the next wave of instructions that were to be given to essentially the away team that has been here locally.
Okay.
It's like how to build a portal?
It looks like more and more lines of the inscription runes that were going to be used in the next wave of preparing whatever was going to be the permanent portal.
Just to clarify, is it the instructions to build the portal that we fucked up, or the thing after that portal?
No, the permanent. The archway that you saw, the small demons carving into the rock. Yeah, the object that you found is not referenced there at all, and while you know its purpose, the construction, there's something about it that seems strange. Like seeing fiendish constructions, seeing things that are built or have some sort of an abyssal influence in their design, what you discovered doesn't seem abyssal in origin.
The scroll doesn't seem abyssal in origin?
The flying saucer thing.
Yeah, the silver
with the
disc.
mercury in it.
Correct.
That I will take before going to bed 10 more minutes to, forget it, I will spend 20 minutes or so to cast Detect Magic on it first. And after that, I'll just Detect Magic first.
On the scroll?
On this disc.
On the disc?
Yeah.
There's very much a magical essence to it, yes.
And what is the quality of the magic? Which skill of magic?
Conjuration.
Conjuration, okay. And now I will finish the trio and do Identify to see if it is usable.
It's usable in its current form, meaning it isn't something that you activate and then an effect happens. It is a generator that begins to tear and bend different inner and outer planes based on its construction to be closer together. This one is specifically tuned and built to draw towards some layer of the abyss. You're not able to ascertain specifically. Its construction seems a little haphazard, almost like it was designed just barely to function, cheaply to get the job done, but it isn't a mighty artifact that's lasted eons. It looks like it's serviceable, but probably easily broken.
And are you saying that with Caleb examining it, I just see a piece of the puzzle and understand its purpose, but there's no specific way for me to use it?
No. I mean, it's working now.
Yeah.
And just its proximity begins to... and what you do learn is that it cannot be, at least the way this is designed, it cannot be focused to create or design or, summon a specific portal. it just gradually, by its proximity, begins to kind of shred the barrier between the planes.
I see.
What'd you find out?
It is some sort of a linchpin between here and, I don't know, the abyss. I don't know. It's the best piece of evidence we have, yeah?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Did that piece of paper say anything? Like,
I just laid out what we stumbled on down here. These things are taking instructions from someone.
You think it still counts as good evidence if we break it a little? We've got the plans, we've got the rune rubbings, and we'd have a, broken
probably
artifact.
not as much. Not as much. Not as impressive as if it's, intact.
Caleb, in your expert opinion, if that disc thing, if that stays in one place for a while, will it eventually burrow a hole into the portal to another dimension?
Oh, nice.
Like, should we keep moving it around so it doesn't like just stay put and just sort of?
I'm afraid I do not know.
That's a monster coming through to attack us.
That's a monster.
Nothing more.
That's somebody
monster
peeking out of their vagina.
That's a monster coming to attack us. There's nothing more.
Yeah, nothing at all. Do you remember when that nasty thing stuck its head through and it said, is it ready or is it complete? Like he was asking them if something was being
The
finished.
portal. The thing with the blueprints. Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
Imagine so.
I mean, that's what those little guys were building, yeah.
All right.
I'm just kind of wondering how widespread this incursion was planning on being.
And how'd the device get here in the first place? Somebody had to put it here, right?
Someone had to put it here.
Maybe they mean to take the city. We found those dogs or whatever they were in another place entirely here.
Can you check it for fingerprints or anything like that?
What?
Let me get out my CSI
Yeah.
dusting.
Can you cast a spell to see who held it last?
Ooh.
Like who the previous owner was? Do you have any of that in your books?
Yeah, so I'm going to bed. And I just sort of lie down and collapse on the ground.
I could cast Zone of Truth on the apparatus.
What would that do?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
I'm just worried that if we go to sleep and we lay it here, it's gonna just slowly start opening a portal. Like, shouldn't we just move it around a little bit so it can't? Or just we decided we were gonna put it in the box, right?
We're
The
going
lead
to put
box.
it in a lead box.
Okay, that should be enough. I know magic enough to know that
That
we're
is
kosher.
A-okay.
Okay.
Set it outside the dome afoot.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Sleep.
All right. You guys all within the safety of Caleb's dome, his magical hut. You all find yourselves resting for the night, exhausted. The next morning, who knows what hour, except for you, you'd know, because fucking feet. By the time you guys come to consciousness, it's more than 8 hours, just the base. Oh, man.
A bigger flask. Stretch goals. Stretch goals.
Oh my god.
Do you have to keep both of the flasks on the table still, or?
I will have to keep all three of them soon. I hope.
You have to drink all of the contents in a single game?
Oh no! God!
I think so. That's what Lift
Once
is for.
again, my opponent focuses on the superficial and not substance. You know what to do.
You're a flip-flopper, Liam.
Sorry.
Only in bed.
So, coming to consciousness, you, Caleb.
Caleb, the side eye. I'm just keeping eyes on him.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, that's
That is
way
super cocked.
way.
It's the worst dice.
I love it. Shut up. It was cool. I got a really bad roll on it though. It was what, a perception?
Yes.
Yeah, 8.
8. All right. He's sleeping pretty hard.
Okay.
Everybody is. You're a little distracted because on the ground not far from you is Caduceus, who is super exhausted and snoring super loud.
Frumpkin is also purring furiously all night.
There you go. So you're surrounded by haphazard motors.
Yeah.
As consciousness comes to you the next morning, a good solid 12 hours or so of sleep is needed as you guys just kind of run through exhausted after the battle the night before. This would put you guys, after your combat and rest, probably mid-afternoon. You do also notice that the corpses of the... which does mean, I believe you have... That's 4 hours of sleep that you did not have the day.
Protected, yeah.
Yes, but you fell asleep.
I was looking it up, yeah.
But no issues, thankfully. The corpses of the demons you had fought before are now black sludge.
Ooh.
Rapidly through the night, they have decomposed into a thick black ichor and have just kind of seeped into the dust and dirt of the chamber floor. The heart of the demon still remains, if only because of the electricity that was used to tear it, or that was within the body of the creature when you tore it out, seemed to have cauterized it to some point. And also because it's cool to let you keep a demon heart. I'm not going to be a total dick. It's just cool to have a demon heart that you tore out. So, I'll allow it.
So metal.
Love that.
Other than that, it is a quiet, sore, cold, subterranean morning greeting you in the mid-afternoon under Asarius.
Well, that was a shit string of events.
Mm-hmm.
So we go back up top and turn in our findings and get this rescue mission back on track with a favor to boot.
Oh. Yes, but before we do, maybe we should just... So this doesn't happen again. Maybe we should have like a code word with each other in case you're taken over by another being or something. Your mind is controlled. Like there's a challenge word and a reply.
Yeah.
And if you don't say that reply, I know you're a bad guy and I kill you.
What about like...
I like it.
What about like octo and you say...
Pussy.
No.
What about Ella and you say...
Pussy.
Wow, no fant? Okay. How about Harry...
Dog.
Dog is good. Hairy dog.
Hairy dog is usually
Chandler.
Yeah, those go
where I
together
would go
well.
with that.
What about smuggling...
Pussy.
I'm trying here. I'm just coming up with the same shit on the backside.
What happens if the first word is pussy?
Pussy.
Smuggler.
All right, you got a couple options there.
good.
Basically, if you think your friend is mind controlled, say anything to them, and if they don't say pussy back, kill them.
Quick point of order. I think if you are charmed or controlled in the same way that our friend Caleb was yesterday, I don't believe you'll be able to say that word, right?
Right.
No,
I don't
definitely
think you will.
not.
I
No.
disagree. I was in complete control of my mind and faculties, and I would have known to say pussy smuggler if it was the time to say it.
We're co-broken.
Hey, but guys, look, the DM is dangerously holding a D20. Maybe we should.
No, it's just a very pretty die.
Sure.
Let's continue on.
Sure it is Vecna.
We will make our way up out of the cavern, back top side.
How does Caleb look? I mean, not Caleb. How does Caduceus look?
Caduceus is beat to shit, but slowly conscious, sitting up in the process of pulling out and kind of like fiddling with some tea, and just kind of looks over and goes, "Oh, hey,
How do you feel, Caduceus?
I'm alive.
That's
That's pretty good.
yeah. It's
Thank
pretty,
you. Thank
pretty
you.
nice.
It's
Pretty
real
nice.
good. It's real good.
I appreciate
This is
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I accidentally killed you yesterday.
Things die. Some come back. We'll talk later. I don't want to do this moment without Taliesin.
Yes.
Wow, it's so good.
It's okay. Tea happens.
Pussy.
Nope. All right. But he slowly gets up and creaking his back, and it stretches a bit. And what are you guys doing?
Well, I guess
Gotta get out of this well.
Well, let's get up and out, I guess.
We should go see Lady Zethris Olios.
Before we get out, I'll saddle up next to Caleb and just say, "Hey, how'd that feel yesterday when you were all, launching shit at us?"
Not good. I was there, but it didn't matter. Not good.
You ever had anything like that happen before?
No. Not like that, no.
Not like that, like having your faculties overtaken?
No, I have never been controlled through arcane means before.
Did you feel like you wanted to do it, or did it feel like you wanted to fight it?
No, I was actually frightened of you.
Oh.
It made me frightened of you.
Oh. Well, we are pretty scary.
But you feel better now. You know that we're friends, right? No lingering effects, no PTS.
No witchy fireballs.
No, I'm fine. I'm me. I'm me. Check on our big friend over there.
Yeah, Yasha.
So Yasha currently stretching, getting up and getting Magician's Judge and sheathing it and standing up and just kind of been listening into this conversation. And as you all kind of glance over, all eyes kind of cast upon her, she just kind of... Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's all water under the bridge, yesterday's events.
It could have happened to any of us. It's true.
We'll be more prepared next time.
Somehow.
How?
I just put it out there. I don't actually have an answer.
I mean, we might be able to find something that could help with not being so easily swayed.
Well, I mean, now that we know, next time we come across anything like this, maybe I can try and help out a bit.
Yeah. You have awesome spells.
Oh, thank you.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
Friends.
So you guys make your way back towards the tunnel where you had originally entered. Make your way towards the entrance of this cavern that is pressed against the exterior wall of the well, about 15 feet down, right where the water level hits. The well, the bucket is currently up. It is currently wound up, and you just kind of look up to the 15 feet of space before it reaches the surface, and you can see the gray sky ahead.
How wide across is the well?
It's about 4 feet across, I think.
Oh, we could do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the monk ninja warrior thing.
Sure, make an acrobatics check. This would be athletics.
I'm
Actually,
gonna follow behind her doing the same thing.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, without issue. You guys are like, oh shit. I was like, nah, I got this.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Does it.
Okay.
Make an athletics check for you as well.
Oh, good. Wow. That was okay. Good. 20.
Now it's interesting. Your arm span is just wide enough where you can reach the sides, and usually you'd have a hard time keeping the pressure there. But you're pretty beefy.
I'm so beefy.
And you just kind of, and it takes a little bit longer than a bow, but you do manage to make your way up and out the well through your own physical locomotion.
When I get to the top, I want to just kind of slowly peek my head up.
Okay.
And look around and see if anyone's watching or how suspicious this looks.
Okay, make a perception check. I was rolling for Yasha, it's fine.
Natural 20.
Nice.
What's up? What's up?
All right, you don't see anyone suspiciously looking in this vicinity. Natural 20. Okay, hold on.
My ass is
Guys, go subscribe to D&D Beyond right now while the whisper is happening. It only takes a moment. You'll have a new subscription by the time Matt sits back down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's a big whisper for a perception check.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck is she seeing?
Which one of those pictures is older, the left or the right?
Interesting.
You'll never know.
Jester and I get up.
Yep, you guys get up.
My-
Yasha clambers up after
My
you.
butt hits Bo. My head hits Bo's butt.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yasha instinctually hears that and goes, sorry. She's been apologizing a lot. She's just
I send the bucket down for the
All
rest.
right. You guys, one by one, easy enough with the help of the rest of your party, you make your way out of the well and back onto the streets of the north center of Asarius.
While they
What'd you get?
6.
We didn't have to roll for it. You're fine. They were helping you. It's good.
while they get up, while they climb the rope, I'm just gonna say, you guys got it, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, bye. I grab Jester by the arm and I pull her across the road a little bit.
Okay.
What's going on?
Where's your thingy, your medallion, your symbol thingy?
What do you mean? Oh, it's on my belt.
I kind of look at it.
What about it?
Is that the same one?
You glance across the street, and between two of the buildings, there's a hut, like a hut. It's made of stone and like a thatched roof. It looks old and weathered, and there is a wooden door. And on the door, you see hanging from a metal ring what looks to be. At first glance, it looks almost like a meal bell, like a dinner bell type thing, but it's a little like archway with a little path running through it, with the horizon in the center.
I know.
I take off towards it.
I power walk behind
Okay.
a little bit,
All right.
still looking around.
You go ahead and make your way there. You push past what looks to be this heavy pair of oxen that are kind of making their way across the street, with the cart wheeling behind. You see this large orc that kind of pushes out of the way. Come on!
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
And just and goes ahead and takes the reins and pushes them a little further. You guys move past that as the wheeling continues on.
I saw all of that.
You make your way to the door, and it's a door.
Knock, 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 knock. Hello, 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 hello.
Super dark inside. You just see a little bit of like spackled gray and brown fur and this big kind of cloudy eye glance through the crack and go, hello?
Hello? OMG.
The eye squints a bit and it kind of rotates and goes to the other eye, which is not as cloudy, and goes, what's that?
What do you think it is? What is on your door right here, man?
The door pulls open and you see now hunched down in the doorway what looks to be an elderly gnoll, the hair mostly white and gray, this heavy walking cane, it's a crooked stick on the side. You see bits of the snout where the fur's got away, kind of fallen out. You can see the kind of wrinkled skin, some of the spots that are coming through the bit of the snout. Some of the gums are missing teeth and are kind of blackened. It's older and not in the best health, but it seems to be, and the smell is awful too. It's
Yeah, that would be some stinky breath.
some stinky helpless breath. Yeah. And so
No.
the sequel has been found.
Not regular.
The other hand kind of grabs the doorway and peeks through the elongated neck of the knoll, kind of creeping in, looking it over and goes, are you a friend of a traveler?
You?
Come in.
Can I come in?
Can Bo come in too? She's also really cool and she also sort of likes the traveler sometimes.
You also follow the traveler.
Yeah. I follow Jester, and whoever she follows, I follow.
I'm gathering a small army of traveler followers and she is one of them actually.
Sure, come on in.
He turns around and you walk inside. The interior is small. It's 10 foot by 10 foot, and that is the extensive. That's the extent of the interior. You can see there's a heavy bundle of rags and furs and such that are pushed over what appears to be a broken wooden frame that once maybe was a functional bed, but now it's just a pile that it sleeps on. The smell in here is a combination of rotting food, general like wet, oily fur, a hint of urine smell, and burned out candles.
The candles don't do a good job of covering that.
What?
It's a little rank in your heart.
Are you welcome to leave?
No, I like it. It's wonderful.
Goes and pulls up a small stool and kind of sits on it for a second. Leans on one knee towards you.
So you come to my house, what you want from me?
Are you gonna tell us a story? You kind of, if you have the posture, like you're gonna tell us a ghost story.
Like, mostly I want to know, like.
Where are you from, huh? Humans here in Sorias.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a citizen of the world, you know? I'm not really from any one place.
How did you meet the traveler? When did you find him? When did he come to you?
What's your name, friend?
What's your name, friend?
I asked you first.
You did, you really
I
did. Yeah, it's Jester after all. What is yours?
Korvac.
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 Korvac. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
When did you find him? When did he come to you? What did he say? You know, like what did he look like? Does he have the same cloak that he wears with me, or is that like an only thing, or sometimes, you know?
Okay, well, you came and found me about a couple years ago.
That's it, just a couple years.
After my partner was killed by a gloom stalker in the south. Thought it strange that fair folk were visiting old codger like myself, but he took me to pass the time, you know, pissing off folks with pranks. And, you know, pissing off my neighbour Brook Trash. He's a real right prick.
Really?
Yeah. Brought some liveliness back into my life, where I was mostly just kind of lonely, and promised he'd bring some gifts down the road the more I poked those nearby.
Did he?
Why, no, not yet. You know, I'm just still sowing mischief as much as I can. The older, you know, physicality's breaking down as the years pass on.
You look spry, totally spry. You got really nice ears, and I am a good knoll ear expert after all.
It's true.
Well, anyway, I kind of became the only friend, and doesn't visit often, not really, but I was telling me there's supposed to be some meeting soon.
He was telling me about the same thing.
In
Undala,
some point around there. I told you the same.
Yeah, you're going to go. I mean, I hear it's going to be like the biggest rave ever.
I mean, other than Gimel, who helps at the butchery, you're the only other person I know believes me.
Wait, who?
Gimel at the butcher.
Yeah, I can
I told
totally
him
understand
all
everything you
about
say.
my traveler. He made fun of me for a while, but...
The Dragonborn butcher? That guy?
No,
wait.
Or you're
That was
thinking of the
Fisher.
gentleman.
It's an ogre was the butcher
The ogre.
that you met.
Sorry.
But you don't know who Gimel is. You haven't remembered what Gimel is.
Gimlet.
No, he's one of them orcish folks. How do you come to find him, huh?
Oh, well, he came to see me when I was really young.
Oh, how
Yeah.
long ago?
Oh, you know, like years ago. Like, probably, like, it must be like... Oh, jeez. 15 years ago, maybe, you know? Yeah.
long
You were,
time,
did he? Yeah, he was, you know, like my age when he came to see me. And then we hung out and we were like best friends hanging out for a long time. And then, you know, he got a little older and I think like more powerful, you know, because he tends to do these sort of things. And then he seemed to come to see me less and less, but he still is, you know, super prevalent in my life and stuff.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, I think I might be one of the originals, you know. I think, like, if we go to this place in, like, a year, right, I think that I'm probably going to be, like, pretty high up.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I've done quite a few deeds in his name.
I mean, do you have, like, a lot of spells from him? Because, like, I totally do.
No, but I've
brought the person back to life.
I've shot in at least 4 of the wells of this city.
Oh my god.
I smelled something when we went down there. I think that might be what.
This makes so much more sense.
Yeah. I was like, why does the water smell like this?
I thought it was sewage, and it turns out it is.
That's the will of the traveler.
Give her dysentery.
Oh, hold on. I have a present for you. And I'm going to take out my paintbrush of magic stuff, and I'm going to paint a little traveler figurine for him.
Oh, you're quite talented, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm really talented.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can pray to that whenever you feel like the need to.
Carefully gets up and lumbers across the chamber and sets it on just this kind of makeshift table that's barely functional for a creature of his size, and kind of sits and admires it, his body kind of half cocked to one side the way he holds his weight, and goes, yeah.
Yeah.
Spins around looking at the both of you.
And how do you come to know the traveler, huh?
Oh, we're just starting our relationship. It's still very new. It was really Jester here that introduced me to him, and haven't been visited yet personally. Kind of didn't know if he was real or not until this just happened, so mine's a little bit blown, but I'm hopeful,
So I'm really excited about this gathering. I don't get to meet a lot of other folks, and most just think I'm a bit crazy,
I didn't even know there were other people, and then we were in this one place and I found these tokens that were like his symbol, and I was
Really?
like, yeah, so somebody had to have left them there, so there's got to be a few more of us.
Oh, that's gonna be such a good time. I'll be excited.
Whoever brings the most people to the thing is going to be the winner. So you should probably start.
Contest?
Yeah.
Untitled, that we're supposed to bring. Oh.
You're supposed to bring as many people as you can. Huh?
Oh, there's only a few more months of time. I thought, oh goodness, I can talk to old
Wait, what was the date of this? I know, I remember.
He just said Undlar, more to come. He's so mysterious.
I hope you don't die before it happens, because that would really suck.
Me too.
Yeah. How long of a trek is it? Sorry.
What's old for a knoll? Is that rude to ask?
What's old for a knoll?
How far away is this place?
What place?
The place we're meeting him.
I don't have a place yet. It's in the month of Undlar.
Oh, I thought he gave me a place.
Didn't give me one yet.
Oh, hold on. Let me look at my notes.
Can I interject for a second?
Sure.
Caduceus, they've been gone for 10 minutes. You see everything. Where did they go? We can't make a stir out here, but they've been gone forever. They've been taken or something.
Calm down, it's fine.
It's not fine. Where are they?
They haven't been taken. I just saw them go across the street that way.
Is that a skid mark on the side of the well?
There is a bit of.
I wasn't going to say anything about it, but probably.
I think I thought it was the location. The day, Zenith, Undalar is what I wrote before.
Right. Well, I suppose the invitation's gonna come out some point soon, right?
That's pretty cool. I wonder if he can be in a bunch of different places at the same time. Probably not. I wonder what he wants us all to do when we get together.
I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Hey, Traveler! Are you there right now? What do you want us to do? Will you tell us where we're going? Because we're, a couple people here now talking about you. Do you hear him?
Good trick. Yeah, I almost thought he was here.
He might be.
It's been months since he made an appearance, so I think that's his way of keeping me on my toes, huh?
I saw him last night.
Okay.
Like visually deflates a bit. It gets really awkward. The room just gets super tense and quiet.
Okay. Back into a pot and knock it over a little.
Oh no, that was probably the pea pot.
It was.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're right.
Feeling uncomfortable.
Hey, so
You should probably get going.
yeah. Hey, do you know the spell Sending?
What?
So, it's this spell where you can send people messages.
I don't.
Okay, well, I know it. So, here's the deal. If I find out the location, I'm going to send you and let you know.
Sure, no, tell me more about the great gifts he's giving. It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, I've known him for a really long time, you know? Like, I'm sure in a couple of years you'll, and maybe when we meet in a couple of months, you know, you'll already have some spells. Maybe if you started wearing a cloak like him, you know, he would like it. I draw dicks on things.
Oh my God. Reaches back and grabs like one of the blankets from the bed and kind of.
That is already a huge improvement.
When an NPC tells you to leave.
You can now see the knoll is like eyeing you up and down very intently and is like making, with a good eye on the left, and it's kind of making intense mental notes.
Yeah. Take it in. Take it all in. All right, but we should go.
Yeah.
Comes forward.
Meet you.
And just, you see the hands touch the back, and for as old as this knoll is, still got some strength in him, and kind of like shoves you back out the side.
Ooh.
The front door. The door kind of.
See you in a few months, dear.
Oh. Why does everyone react to me like that?
I don't know.
At
You're
this
so
point,
likable.
you do notice that Jester's cloak is on fire.
What?
You pat it out. You're behind the door.
What is wrong with you people?
Jesus, it's Fight Club.
Oh, I'm going to go to the back of his hut and just draw a giant dick and like a flaming poo.
Alrighty.
I get the boys' attention and not.
Oh, here she is.
You should have led with that, Caduceus.
Hi. Everything all right out here?
How do I smell?
You smell like pee.
I smell like wet dog.
I like it.
I have so many questions.
There was a dude, and he also worshipped the Traveler, you guys.
Is that unusual? Is that?
I've never met somebody else that did.
Wow.
But the better news is that I am way more powerful than he is. That means the Traveler likes me so much more.
That's good news.
So not only are you not alone, you're the only one that can do stuff?
I don't know if I'm the only one, but obviously I'm one step above that dude, so...
Nice.
He
Nicely
was a
done.
very old, like steps away from death.
Oh.
No, like so old.
Right.
Yeah.
Could smell it on him.
Yeah.
That's got to be a good sign that we're on the right path.
Yeah, so P.S. in a few months I'm going to have to go and, get together with all the other Traveler followers.
Yeah, but so
In a couple months?
So
yeah, I don't know
what?
where it's at though, so hopefully it's somewhere we can get to pretty soon.
How many other followers are there? Like 5?
Well, you should probably find out at this event, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, has he given you any indication of what he wants with all of you there?
The Traveler does not give you any answers to these questions.
No.
Most religion is steeped in mystery by design, actually.
You know what? I'm going to talk to him about it tonight.
Okay. Just make sure it's not some like weird cult thing. They want you to like do a mass suicide and ride on a comet or something.
That'd be
Well,
dark,
what would be the point of that?
I don't know.
If we all die, how would he get his name out?
It's a good point, but I don't know what his power is fueled by.
Yeah, his ways could be mysterious, beyond your comprehension.
Yeah, gods are pretty mysterious.
But your god is really pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Not's husband is sitting pretty. What are we doing right now?
We have to go rescue him! Oh my god! Oh god, he's gonna be dying right now.
What if that Minotaur comes around?
Did you see him?
Let's decide on a course of action. Right now, I would like to get out of the city, actually.
We go see Lady Olios.
We have to go see Lady Olios, present our
findings.
Findings and our evidence, and for the payment, we should probably decide before we get there. So maybe as we walk, we can talk about this.
We're walking and talking now.
Walking and talking. The favor that we ask of Lady Olios could be transportation to Gordranas, the release of my husband, the location of my husband, permission to visit my husband. I don't know what's too much, right? If we ask for her to release my husband, maybe she doesn't have that ability. Maybe we've just wasted our wish.
When it comes to your husband, do you think it's important to not detail him as your husband?
Yeah, we kind of didn't tell her that we're from the Empire, and
Shut up, Bo. Stop saying that quietly. Out loud.
Quietly.
I assume these conversations are quiet.
A sotto voce. Yeah. I mean, should we? Was he known as a chemist, like a scientist? Could we ask to see a scientist that was?
We have to specify that it's him. I don't want to see just any scientist, right? But I don't have to reveal my relationship. It could just be an important person to us. Maybe. What? Who are we, right? Well, that's maybe the first thing we need to establish when she says, "Who are you guys? Who did we tell her we were? We're a band of
mercenaries,
travelers."
I don't remember.
I think we said people.
We said we were investigators,
and we were trying to find this man.
What if we were commissioned to build a piece of a scientific apparatus that he needed for his studies, and the only way to get him what he needs is to be reunited with him?
Could be. We already did tell her that we were being hired to go find him and bring him back.
Well, shit, fuck.
But we didn't say why or by whom. We could say that for the good of science, he's needed back in wherever he's from.
Because if we can just get in the same room with him, then we can poof out of there somehow, right?
Some of us can.
I mean, that's what we should probably be hoping to do at a best case scenario.
How long until you can use that thingy?
Which thingy?
The teleportation thingy.
I need to study. We are getting killed almost every day.
How long does it take to study?
Years.
It's going to be years before we can do that?
I don't know. I need access to books and libraries and paper and ink and not being
That's why you always
murdered
look
by
for
things.
books?
Yes, he's trying to find new powers and abilities.
But he already told you how to do it, didn't he?
No.
He just said, hey, here's the thing.
He gave me a back door and told me when
Is
I'm
that
able.
like a...
Okay.
You are
I
so...
got confused. What are you talking
Sometimes.
So we're looking for him, and maybe we need to give him something to complete his studies. That way they're motivated to get us near him, right? I mean, that's what they took him for, because he was studying their stuff.
Maybe.
What if we just, with her, what if we just say, hey, will you give us a letter, a sealed document saying give them whatever they ask for?
Give who asks for?
Us.
To give to
From
whom?
Lady Olios?
Yeah, a signed document from Lady Olios to whoever is in charge in Gordranas and say, hey, these people did a huge favor for me, give them whatever they want.
I'm sure she'll have questions, some follow-up questions, right? I mean, she's not dumb. I assume.
Well, look, we already told her that we're looking for somebody.
Yeah.
That's not that far-fetched.
I think what we need to decide is, are we looking for his location or are we looking for him to be released to us? What is that a bridge too far?
Yes.
Should we start with that?
They sent forces into another empire to retrieve him. They're not just. She's not just going to throw all caution to the wind and give us everything we want. We find out where he
his
is.
location.
So then we need access to question him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Ooh, that's a good idea. We have our own beef with him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
And we need to get our own answers to close our investigation.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't mind this idea.
Okay, what did he do?
interesting.
What did he do?
He knows what he did.
Yeah, but I'm Lady Olios, what did he do?
What do you think he did?
He's a very powerful alchemist.
Quickly, I'm very highly
Apparently,
regarded.
one of his potions that he made killed an important family member, and we were hired by that family.
Wow, this is good.
Or it made them it made them really sick. So we have to go question him because we have to find the antidote.
The cure.
And we're on a time limit.
This is good. That feels like, I mean, that's not just a good cover story. That's just a good story, period. I want to hear what happens.
I mean,
how does it end?
Yeah. It is the story, though, more or less.
Oh, yes.
People have been getting really sick in various parts of the world.
That's true.
Like, the closer, whenever you're lying to somebody, look, I've been doing this a lot. Whenever you lie to somebody,
has rubbed off on you, I think.
you got to keep it close to the truth. You got to keep it rooted in things that are true, and then you just, you play with
Talk
those
the truth.
those boundaries a little bit.
What's wrong, Caleb? Why you look like this?
It's just been a hard day, and this sounds like a very bad idea.
What are you talking about? This is a really good idea. We got the Traveler on our side,
We are
you know?
walking into the heart of the enemy of the Empire.
Well, we've already done it once. We're just walking in again.
She owes us now, though. She
How
can't have
about
us
we
killed.
ask for that, and a worst case scenario, we'll get the location. Yep.
Yeah, negotiation tactics. You start high.
To give us everything.
Huh?
Maybe she'll give us something.
Yeah, maybe something.
Well, you know what my mom used to always tell me?
No.
If you ask, the worst they can do is say no and throw you in an imperial prison and you'll never see your family again. That's the worst that could happen.
That's the worst they can do.
That's happened to at least 3 of us.
I think
The worst they can
if she doesn't want to give us the favor that we want, we just take the money. And then we say thank you, and then we leave.
Is the money plan
then we
B?
go buy
If she doesn't
some
want to give us the
dresses.
location, maybe she could give us safe passage to Wardronis. Is that worth it, or is the money better?
I'm real broke. I was super into the idea of money.
Okay.
But
Because we already have transportation, that's why we have our more.
Time to see how we fare. You ready?
Got it.
I think access
do it.
first, right?
Okay.
Access
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who's gonna do all the talking?
We will, because we
know her.
already established the fact that we are
If
detectives.
someone wants to come with us, I wouldn't mind it.
Maybe Ford should go with you this
I
time.
wouldn't mind.
All right,
All right.
let's do this.
Okay.
I'll be nearby, watching the tower,
Keep sentry.
keeping watch.
Keep near him, and if there's anything spooky outside, you can message me. And if we get problems inside, we'll message you.
I'm gonna try and be inconspicuous because I reek of Empire.
You reek of pee, actually.
Yeah, I do.
How is it around here?
About that.
So the humans and Yasha will stay outside with the Furbolg.
No, we should change ourselves again. I am going to use disguise self and turn myself into a half orc.
Can you do that to me?
I can do something similar. Yeah, I've already done it once.
While we're walking, or are you going to duck into a alley or something?
That part is implied, Jester.
Just
What do you want to be, Beauregard?
I'll be my sexy tiefling boy again.
Special it is. Okay, let's go find a quiet place.
All right, so you're using your polymorph again for that?
Yeah, disguise self on myself.
And then polymorph for her. Which, as you are a transmutation specialist, to burn a 4th level spell for essentially a 1st level ability that is concentration, I'll allow it. All right, so as you guys go and disguise yourselves, and Caduceus kind of just waits and
I hand off the rubbings of the sigils.
Oh, and we'll take the
disc.
The disc and the scroll. Yes.
Anybody want to stare into the dingle banger?
Yes.
Oh. You should do it.
Dinglebang.
Who wants to stare into
I'll
this?
stare into it.
Yeah, but make sure you don't take it out. You just go like this.
Ooh, so many threads of possibility.
So Knott's looking into it?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That was just a handful of glitter.
All right.
It'll never come off.
So you make your way to the central portion of Asarius, to the large standing kind of gray tower that is the Aurora Hold. Through the familiar doorway, you are led by the clerk back to the chamber where Lady Olios makes her time, it seems, at least the previous conversation you had. Led into that same study-like chamber, she sits in mid-conversation with another drow figure dressed in nice robes across the way. And as you're presented to the main chamber, the 2 Kreen guards keeping just a close eye from behind, she puts up her hand to stop the conversation, looks over towards the rest of you. Hello. It would seem you've returned. Does this mean good
It
news?
is. Are we in a safe place to talk.
If you could give us just a moment, please.
We'd like to introduce you to our associate here, Ford.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lady Olios.
And the pleasure is mine. She puts her hand up.
I give her a little kiss.
Kiss
Yeah, I got it.
So, if this is another one of your companions, how many do you travel with?
I get confused because we say 9, but it's not that many.
Around 9.
It's around 9.
Very good. And if you, just a few moments, and the other drow figure leaves the chamber, kind of gives a nod as he passes by into the hallway. Door closes behind you guys. So, what have you discovered as part of your investigation?
Lady Olios, there is so much stuff happening in your city.
Right under your nose, and you never knew about it.
Do tell, please.
We located a well
Yeah.
in the city. We traveled down it and found a cavern underneath the soil. It opened up into even larger caverns, and there was a rift.
Well, they were making. Okay, so we saw this rift that was shaped like,
Similar to the ones you said you found.
And there was monsters in progress coming through from another plane of existence.
And then this big guy came through and he was like, is the portal complete and stuff? And then we were like, oh no, what is he talking about? So we killed him.
Big
fight. Found out.
Big fight. Long and short of it, many of us almost died. All of them did.
I used my amazing powers to close the rift for you.
So you are more than just an investigator.
I'm a very powerful investigator.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very well.
The rift is closed, and you'll be pleased to know the more permanent portal for I don't know the exact mechanics, but there was going to be a more permanent portal.
I pull out the
monsters
rubbing
to come through.
This was a symbol on it. We fucked up the symbol so that they couldn't complete it though.
Lythir. And the door opens, and the male drow in the previously pokes through and goes, yes? Please step inside. I need you to take a look at these and see if you can corroborate some of this information.
We have other evidence as well.
Oh, yeah,
we found this scroll. Did you give her the scroll?
No,
yet?
not yet.
This scroll, if you will translate from the abyssal, we all speak it, but you may not. It gives partial instructions on how to make a more permanent portal to the abyssal plane of existence, I think.
Perhaps the piece de la resistance that you're looking for.
I don't know if we should. I think that's enough.
No, might as well.
You think so?
I mean, it is pretty substantial.
The favor that you're going to give us in exchange is a pretty great favor. I feel like we should.
There
let
is
them
going
know,
to
I
be
think.
an exchange here, correct? We have your word on that?
We will discuss payment once this is an approved conclusion of the investigation.
All right.
Okay.
Might as well.
I take out the lead box that's got the thingy in it.
It's got a thingy in it?
Okay, so this is like crazy magical and also has the ability to open rifts into the abyssal plane. I'm guessing. Did I say that
Or
right?
others, we don't even know.
I don't know. It could be any plane, but we know the abyssal plane is one that it was working on. And it looks kind of like a flying saucer or a fried egg.
She kind of looks in for a second, her like, piercing eyes past her violet skin,
Good job.
glancing inside the box. Looks over to the other male drow that she introduces, Lythir. Kind of gives him a side eye, and he steps forward and looks into it, brings his hand up, and you see his fingers trace a similar series of symbols and shapes as to you've seen Caleb do a number of times when looking into the affirmation of various magical objects and what their capabilities are. You specifically have seen this many times. Have you studied Caleb's incantations in the past? How the eyes briefly kind of glaze over, and then there's a moment of realization. This is, as they say, actually, it is quite powerful and is abyssal in nature.
Can I tell if he's ever seen this before?
Make an insight check.
That's why we brought Ford.
Yeah, smart thinking there, Ford.
17.
17.
Whispers! Wow.
Give me.
What if we looked over and Matt and Travis were just making out? Just like in it.
Caramel aftertaste from the second.
Just taking the opportunity.
That's how Matt imparts wisdom.
Oh boy, guys. Hey, that Kickstarter's still going on.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about them making out now.
She goes, well, and it's still working, you say?
I mean, it seemed like, we didn't turn it off or anything, you know?
He looks back to her and goes, might I please? She goes, of course. He reaches forward and grabs one of the crystals and pops it out. You watch it kind of, the glowing orange light kind of slowly fades, and the mercury that was spinning rapidly inside the orb comes to rest as a little light kind of at the bottom of the orb.
We forgot to mention it's fragile.
He throws the crystal in the box and goes, yes, but its functioning is very dangerous to be allowed to maintain. The last thing we
you guys to be the ones too.
She looks at him. Well, this is actually quite impressive. And if this does indeed stop the issues you've been having that have been escalating in recent months, then you have done a great service to the dynasty.
That's why we're here, to do service to the dynasty.
What of the spy?
Nothing yet on that front, but we did find out that one of the reasons people were killing each other in town, you know, are because there was like a couple of like succubus, incubus people. They had wings and stuff, and they were whispering in people's ears and been like, go kill your friends or your family, and then people would do it.
And you've also dealt with these creatures?
Yeah, they're dead.
They were ghosty, so we don't really have much proof of that.
They turned to sludge.
They were quite powerful, unfortunately. The one thing you should keep in mind is that this device was obviously planted there by someone.
We shall keep an eye then. Make a persuasion check for me about the lack of proof, but convincing that you've taken care of these creatures.
But with advantage, because Ford helped me.
You've all been diving into the conversation. I'll let you go with advantage, sure.
That was very kind. Extremely kind.
Okay.
It's not going to change much, but...
21?
21, okay.
Oh.
She gives a nod and goes, all right. Well.
There was a bugbear. There was a bugbear.
There are many.
There was a bugbear who's been affected by haunted by these dreams. He's killed his neighbor's dogs, right? Is that right?
Yeah, and when we saw him, he was being mind controlled by them. They were dressed up as like
Not just mind control.
What was this bugbear's name?
This bugbear's name was, of course, Gluzo? Nope.
Calden? Nope.
Gimmel? Nope.
Nope.
Ladies Thrist. Gluzo. Gluzo. Nope, that was the one who got us here.
Gluzo.
Gluzo.
We will take care of this Gluzo figure.
No, it was not Gluzo. It was not Gluzo.
Okay, and here's the thing. It wasn't doing anything. Here's the thing.
It was Umadon.
And he wasn't doing anything. He maybe did some bad stuff, but it's because he was mind controlled, right? So we took care of the things that are mind controlling him, and now he'll be fine. He was dreaming about these like sexy bugbears.
He was under the evil corruption of these incubuses and succubuses, but now he's free and clear. All we're saying is you could go talk to him if you needed any corroboration as to the
He was
dream.
seeing some sexy bugbears, and he would be able to tell you that.
We will inquire about these sexy bugbears with this Umadon, and also keep a watch just to ensure that such behavior does not continue.
Yeah.
Well,
that is one job well done. And she takes the box away from you and puts the rubbings over on the desk and goes, very well. So, successful contract puts you at a benefit of 10,000 gold pieces.
That's great.
Oh, what a favor.
You wished to have favor of the Bright Queen. Very well. That will greatly diminish the amount of the reward.
What exactly does the favor do for us there?
Well, you would have to present what you have done before the Bright Queen, and then the favor would be granted by what she sees fit.
Oh, who's the Bright Queen? Is that the leader of?
Where are you from?
So,
a roving band of goblins?
But a fine investigator who seems to be diving into aiding the Empire.
yeah, only a few years ago, not separated from her band and decided to, become more of a productive member of society. And some things haven't been filled in yet. She didn't get the proper education.
I missed a lot of things. I still think doo-wop music is current.
Ooh, that's cute. 22.
22.
Yeah.
She goes, the Bright Queen is the governess of the dynasty, the oldest, who has lived many lives and guides all of us under the banner of the Luxon.
Oh, I remember now. Of course. Of course, yes. In Goblin, it's a totally different word. In the Goblin language, so.
What's it in Goblin?
It's more of a tonal language. There's 6 tones, and they all. If you don't say them right, it can mean a totally different thing.
So you are accepting the favor of the Bright Queen. And I tell you, I do not know and cannot assure the extent of her favor and where it might take. That is up to you, but I can present you to her and the Kreen Den in Rosanna.
Rosanna? Yes, I know where that is. I definitely do.
Cool. That's great. Yes, that's what we want then.
Yes, please.
Could you possibly also ensure that our passage goes uninterrupted and unmolested?
Oh, I will take you myself.
Whoa.
Even better. Most gracious of you.
So wait, we bought some more bounders because we were gonna go ourselves. Do we still need those then? Do you think?
You do not need them. We can try to fit them, but the space is a bit... leave that up to you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And the other Drowney says, my lady, if there is travel to Rosanna, I would also like to come if that is all right. He says, of course, you will accompany us. So gather the rest of your team then, and when you are ready, I will escort you, and we will make the rest of this debt paid.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's a large favor for
and
us.
Your friend, what is his name? Lythis? Lython?
Lythir.
Lythir will be joining us.
Well, at least for the travel, right? He goes, yes, I was going to request transference anyway.
And only so I can close my books on the matter. I know it reduced the coin that came for completing our task, but what is the reduced amount?
The final amount with the favor will bring you to 2,000 gold.
Excellent. Thank you.
Not bad. Well, should we pack? Should we pack and meet you back here in like 25 minutes, or?
Well, like how long until?
Well, let us get you paid first. And she steps out the chamber and gathers one of the servants. You watch as one of the goblins scoots in and listens to her, darts out, and then returns about 5 minutes later with a heavy satchel that is jingling with coin, fairly heavy, and passes it over to you. And it seems to be, if you take a moment to glance through, somewhere in the neighborhood of probably what was promised, though, if you wish to stop and take the time to count in front of her, you gather it probably might be a bit offensive.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let us gather our comrades and we will meet you outside.
Later.
Later.
We'll come back. We'll
Yep.
come back.
At sundown?
Do you have a specific time that would be good for you?
Sundown should work fine. That gives us an hour to prepare.
Great. See you then.
Yeah.
Pleasure doing business with
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
You're looking really pretty today, by the way.
This is that entrance where the left side goes into her chambers and the right side goes into another one, or no?
As you head down the hallway to the right leads to her chambers, the hall continues on and there are other doors, but they're all closed. And as soon as you exit the room, the guards are right there. There's 2 full, Kreen soldiers that are just at your sides, essentially waiting for you to leave.
Another day, another job done, right? Keeping it safe.
Walk on out.
No response.
Life be with you.
One of them gives a nod. You guys exit The Aurora Hold?
Ring the bell as we leave.
The other bell. As you leave again, the other door. What? Huh? The same servant kind of looks in there, frustrated as you. You guys exit and you gather the rest of your troops here. You guys, as you're waiting outside, kind of carefully in the alleyway, it's been about 15, 20 minutes since they left. In the process of them getting the attention, traveling, having the conversation, returning. So yeah, you're pushing close to a half an hour.
Nothing weird happened on the outside. All good, all well.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, good. Not good. 10.
10. Nothing strange catches your eye. It's usual bustle and business around the city. As far as what you've encountered, I mean, it's common here, but it's still just something you're getting used to. The wide array of interesting creatures that call this place home. The sometimes brutish comparative day-to-day activities, or at least what seems to be brutish. Construction seems very violent. The feeding and caretaking of various beasts of burden seems dangerous. But nothing that catches your eye as worthy of further investigation. But the rest of your team does gather up to you.
Hey, went great in there.
Oh my gosh.
She
loves us.
We're gonna go meet. We got escalated. We're going to meet the Light Queen.
What?
Which I might need some clarification. Is that a person or a deity?
No, that is the person, man. She's like, as far as I know, she's like the head of the Kryn Empire.
Empress.
She's an empress.
Empress Leylis Kryn?
Yeah.
You're taking us. We're going to meet the Empress.
I thought that she was talking about like some god, the Light
No,
Queen.
man, I'm pretty sure she meant the freaking empress.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was talking about the head of the church.
I don't know. Do you know?
I was not there.
Yasha, do you know what the Light Queen
happened in
is?
there?
I was not privy to politics.
See what I mean? See, it's possible for you to be a part of the
But
empire.
we're going
and
to
not
another
know.
place, a place called
Rosy Gozybergs.
I don't. Sorry, I don't know about
I'm not looking at you, Yasha. Matt, behind her. Yasha, go.
Yeah, Rosanna.
Rosanna.
Sona?
Rosanna.
Okay.
So
like Rosohna.
Rosanna in the highest.
So we made it in. We presented our evidence. It's important to note, though, that she did have a drow feller come in and check out that little frisbee-looking thing. Yeah. He seemed a little jumpy. I don't know if it was because he was intimidated by what he was seeing, or if...
Did he seem suspicious of you?
Well,
not of us. He seemed suspicious.
He also said, did you catch that at the end? Where he said, I wanted to put in for a transfer anyway? Like he
Yeah.
wants to get out of this place?
He's heading to the same place we are in a hurry. I couldn't tell if he was just upset by the power of what he was seeing or the implications of it, or if maybe he knew something he wasn't letting on. But he might be somebody to watch. He had a little bit of the arcane flair that you do. Just saying.
When do we leave? Tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Right before sunfall. Sundown.
What about
In an hour.
What about the big cats?
Let's go round them up.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
she
get
was
them.
like,
Maybe they can
to-
come with us.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or we get our money back.
We're gonna bring the cats, all right? We might trail behind the caravan a bit, but we set the tone here, all right?
Did she say how we're traveling?
We're traveling
No, what if it's just like a
Teleportation.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's big enough for some kitties.
Because we just plunked down a big amount of money on these bad boys.
Might just leave them here. We'll find out.
We have about 30 to 40 minutes left.
Yes, you could do some book shopping.
No, with this, our disguise, we can't just hang around. We need to go somewhere or go. Where are we meeting them?
Here?
Here. Do we need to do, and does anyone need to do anything before we go?
Not that
I kind of need to pee, but outside of that,
Butcher, Fisher,
it's been a
meat.
while.
We gotta go get the animals.
Yeah, let's get the animals and come on back. That's all I can think of.
How are we
Should I just run by
gonna do this?
We have to change.
Sunbreaker's house? Just to,
But how are we gonna do this for that
Put
long?
your moats, man. You could really try to challenge us.
It's good that we were not in there.
We weren't for the first audience, were you?
No.
You guys might be our slaves, right? You might work for us. Well, I mean, They weren't in the first audience or this one.
No.
And we certainly don't want to be seen traveling with humans so casually, so maybe they work first.
Should we go buy some leather straps and strap you guys up like
some buckles?
Yeah.
Some harnesses?
I've seen some of those before. My mom said there were some clients
so
that
degrading.
I don't like it either, but I think it is
Okay.
maybe. We don't know what we're walking into,
Let's go
what the
get some
situation
leather-
is yet.
Some leather straps.
And I cannot do this for longer than short bursts of time.
I know.
Don't
We,
demean you, but
we all wearing straps, or?
you don't. I don't
if
think
you want to, good news is.
You're actually
I don't know. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Should we get a set for Yasha too, or?
No, she's fine.
She's okay.
As we're heading to go get the Moorbounders, are there any like stables or areas that might have such apparati?
The stables have all sorts of harnesses, but they're designed for moorbounders.
That's fine. We'll make use. Slide that shit over your shoulder.
Yeah, no, I go to ask Zorth.
Yeah.
So come back, it's like,
Welcome back, so nice to see you. Glad you're coming back for your beasties. We've been feeding them to quite hungry growing beasts, you know.
Good. I'm glad. We're actually going to take off this very evening.
So soon.
Yeah, I have a question. Because you have been such a fantastic business partner, if I had told you to outfit these two gentle folk here with, I don't know, maybe some rigging, some harnesses, what would you say might work?
I would have on the way had jumped into an alley and turned myself into the twin of Chester.
Okay,
Am I still a tiefling?
Yes, you're fine as long as we're in a small amount of time.
Still got the dog.
Okay.
I mean, if that's what you want, I'm not one to judge. But certainly, per harness runs you about, well, I could probably get both of you with one harness amount of leather. So, but
Two harnesses. Two harnesses.
All right. Hey, who might not want to sell more? Pay you 10 gold pieces for the 2 harnesses.
10 gold pieces.
Huge harnesses. Why do we need one for
Easy,
each of them?
servant. 10 gold pieces sounds fine.
Yeah!
Could you make some modifications so it fits them a little tighter, a little more snug, like they've been wearing it a bit?
Yeah, we can take care of that. Hold on just a second. Boys!
and he calls the other goblins over and instructs them. They gather the harnesses and they kind of like swarm around you, making little measurements around your bodies, and kind of making marks on their like these batches of scattered parchment and scribbling with charcoal. It's kind of like a nightmare tailor experience. Before they jump off for a second, you see them cutting and bolting straps until eventually they come back with 2 loosely human-shaped harnesses. They'll work. They're not comfortable, and as they kind of begin putting them on you, it's very unique.
Yeah, breathe. There you go.
Like collar, chest harness.
Yeah.
Arms at front, cuffs.
All right.
Full thing.
We still get the Moorbounders.
Yeah, of course we do.
BDSM up in here.
Fuck off, Nod.
There are some
I'm gonna zip your mouth shut.
Oh, fuck you.
Harnesses. Oh man.
Not fetch the gimp.
Oh boy.
Here's the 10 gold. We owe you. Appreciate you very much.
Of course, I always appreciate your patronage. Keep coming back and spending money and making strange requests. We'll do what we can.
Okay, I will do next time we are around.
Yeah!
All right, well, let's get out of here. We gotta get back.
Yarnball, come to mama.
All right, boys, open up the pen.
They open up the pin and immediately beasts come out. They're just like, oh god! The goblins take a second to get the harnesses on and like kind of fighting them off. One of them kind of spins off. Gets thrown to the opposite side. And eventually the ones who bonded with them and you guys managed to calm them down.
Yeah. Halt.
Oh.
Come and see, mate. Yeah? And I walk out.
Yeah, dude, that's 2. Hold you. And also, here's a treat for you. I got that downstairs and stuff. Here, don't bite my hand off. Okay.
And walks with you. And Caduceus walks up to his. Hey. All right. And you guys just exit the facility. Hope I'm doing him justice for you, Taliesin.
Pretty good.
You guys make your way with your Moorbounders, and whereas previously you were rather inconspicuous in the street, that's changed because you have 3 massive beasts tethered behind you, as well as 2 humans quite tethered alongside you.
I want to climb on the back of mine and ride it.
Okay, you get up on the back.
She would have still been a tiefling.
Yeah, how?
And I specifically changed into a jester
that's right, you guys,
twin.
yeah. So
we're just BDSM.
Yeah, you're
monster people.
Yeah.
But eventually, I do feel like before we go up to them, we should drop this.
Oh, yeah.
So
It
we're
was
not
just-
having to keep it up.
It was just to pick up
Yeah,
our ride.
yeah.
The sun is setting now. You're hitting dusk.
Okay.
Go.
Slave, get on one of the more bounders.
My feet are bound. Get forward. Put me on the cat.
I'll just push her off so she's in the mud and kind of gets drug a little bit. You gotta look like you've been in that thing for a while. Come on, commit to the
fuck?
part.
This is like some Stanford prison experiment shit.
I'm just unhooking your feet. That's stupid. Like, what's the point of having somebody working for you who can't even walk, right?
Jester.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Ford, do you want to get on my moorbounder with me?
Sure.
You can ride in the back.
Okay.
All right.
I drop the magic and lean down into the ground and get some soil on my hands and I rub it down and then I clap it onto Beauregard's face and smash her face around and make it filthy and then do the same to myself and then take 3 steps back very quickly.
All right, cool. And you do that. Effectively, filthy. Also realize in hindsight, moments after, it's not just mud. But it works.
It's shit.
Not all of it. It's a mixture of various things.
I work with shit every day.
Big old green.
As the 7 of you, well, Yasha just walks alongside, but while the rest of the 6 of you are up onto, riding tandem 2 per moorbounder, making your way through the muddy streets of Asarius. You slowly make your way as the dusk light of orange through the clouds of the gray now transitioning to the mild, bright primaries of the sunset. You see the aurora hold before you and make your way towards it to whatever the next step of your destiny awaits. And we're going to take a break there. That's it, it's 8:40.
Work. Negotiation crew.
Yeah. man.
Yes. Good work.
So we have
detective agents.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we'll pick up on that in just a minute. In the meantime, we do have our giveaway this week from our friends at Wormwood. It is not a dice trade this week, actually.
What's this thing? I love this thing.
If you guys have seen their Kickstarter thing they're putting out there, these are their red oak tabletop tiles, which are these here. They're a series of magnetic tiles that you can arrange like next to each other as magnets in the table. These are slots like this. Oh god, this is like a spell slot counter right there.
A death saving throw.
Yep, there's a death saving throw keeper. There's a tiny dice roller there.
There's one that's got a dice jail.
Oh, that is this. Wait, is this the dice jail here? Yes. Yep, it's got a little dice jail for piss off your dice.
Put some together. Put some together.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see,
Yeah, I figured out how to do it the other day.
There you go. You,
Yeah.
you assemble them magnetically.
Match your wood grain and then you get it.
Do we have a camera there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but wait, it's not.
See, and
Is
they
that one
snack together like that, which is pretty
It's a
cool.
coaster?
Well, no, that one's upside down. That's for your spell cards.
Yep, the spell cards will slip into there. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, you can check out Wormwood's Kickstarter campaign for these right now to pick up your own set. The keyword for tonight is recovery. So you enter the word recovery once into the chat here. More than once, you'll be disqualified. But we'll have a winner when we come back here shortly. See you guys in a little bit.
Perfect warlock, her weapons and supplies. But you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the webpage, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in a mine shot full of no's. It's D&D, D&D Beyond, yeah, D&D, D&D Beyond. You got your stats, you got your swords, and you got your invisible wall. It's D&D,
Guys, we did it.
We're at the airport. We're about to get on a plane
Yeah.
after Emerald City Comic Con.
We got our carry-on still.
And we just found out the news.
We broke it $7.5 million for the animated Kickstarter.
I can't believe you guys.
What the heck? That's amazing. That's amazing. That means you've unlocked 2 more episodes of the mysterious Briarwood arc, right? And unleashes the new Vox Machina guest one-shot. We got Felicia Day.
We got Wilfred Dell.
Will Wheaton.
We got Mary Elizabeth
Patrick
Bugler.
Rothfuss.
What the
So many
what?
people.
We have Patrick Rothfuss?
We have Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, schedules still to
Permitting.
be determined, but they are all in, and we are in, and that's so exciting. The next stretch goal, which is even crazier to say, which is our last one, is 8.8 million, which would finish the first season of this animated series and finish the Briarwood arc, and that would be everything that we had ever hoped for and more. We don't know what to do after that except make other stories, but this is the start. This is the way that we wanted to do it, and it's only because of your generosity and your support and your passion and love.
We love you.
Okay, we got to get on a plane and try to pretend to act
Be normal.
We love you so much, and please continue. We'll see you on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Go Away Forward. Bye.
Previously on Main Drop.
It's not a very effective way to deliver papers.
It's your paper bag of shame.
Oh.
And see, non-customers have like super spooky goth houses.
Whoa.
And then your customers are super happy, and then you have to shoot the paper.
I want to be a non-customer. Look at how
Oh, yeah.
cool there. It's got a skull on the door.
They always have, the non-customers have the best houses. And you just kind of have to avoid everything. Yeah, see? Non-customers coming home in their hearse. Oh my God.
Consensual violence?
This is indeed consensual violence. I'm like, he's like shooting things out of a syringe at you.
You look like an old professor.
What?
I look like a weird What the fuck?
Oh, you're in trouble
Oh,
now. I am the reason the turtle died.
Why did you get to do what?
I don't know. I just keep hitting buttons.
What the heck?
What is happening? Whoa.
I think you got me.
You should pick
Ooh,
where
I
it
get
goes.
to place it?
I think so.
Okay.
That seems only fair.
Well, I'm gonna keep this going.
All right, I'm
Put
into it.
Right here. Look at that cute cat.
Nice.
Thank you for the gift that you were about to bestow upon me. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me be on your show. And I have your consent.
I'm glad that you've now put the prize machine in charge. There's no going back anymore.
Ooh.
What did you get?
Did I get a weapon?
Maybe.
Whoa.
Oh my God! Oh man, you were very lucky. Okay.
What is this? It's a little book.
You got tiny props.
I got a little book of astronomy and a telescope.
Tiny telescope.
Hello. I can see all the way to my house from here. And I got a world map.
And a world map.
Oh my God, I love it.
Well, hello there. I'm Pumat Soul, and I'm here to get you sold on a brand new voice pack from Killer Voices, featuring yours truly. That's right. You can now enjoy commentary from me, Pumat Soul, as you murder your enemies and storm bases that technically don't belong to you in some of your favorite PC games. Want to hear me in Fortnite? Oh, I'm in that. How about PUBG? Oh, we're in that. League of Legends? Oh yeah, you know we're in that. You can find a handy link to download the Killer Voices app made by the folks at Overwolf at critroll.com/Killer Voices. Respectfully, I think you just got sold. All right, boys, we're done. We got a lot of work to do. Come on, shoot.
Last time on Yeehaw Game Ranch.
Howdy, boys!
What the
I can't thank you enough for giving me breath. What was the name you gave me to awaken my soul?
It's the armadillo we named 2 weeks ago. It's Rootin' Tootin' Ruby.
Rootin' Tootin' Ruby? Well, hell, that's got more kick than sour sarsaparilla on a hot day.
No.
There are other critters out here who need names.
Oh yeah, we do have a bunch.
Speak them, and they will return just like me.
Wow.
So dust off
off your boots and enjoy those games, boys. But remember the prophecy.
The what?
The prophecy.
What are you doing with the...
What the hell? All right. Timothy was raised in Venice. Today's actually the first day he's ever left Venice. Sometimes he gets in trouble because of the way he looks. But he's basically modeled after the drummer from Seven Dust, which is a super deep cut for some of the fans out there. But yeah, he killed both of his parents a couple of years ago, and he's been on the run ever since then. He's allergic to cheese, but he loves other dairy products like milk.
One second.
That's Timothy in a nutshell. All right, up first. Hey, hold on.
I got a lot of flack from my Cheeto throwing, or my cheese puff finger throwing. I want you to know, I've been working on it.
Wait, but these are bigger ones than last time.
Yeah, no problem.
That landed on my shoe.
Oh, it did. That's totally
Dude, you don't
fine.
know where my shoes have been.
Here, I'll throw it and catch it.
Where are you, sir?
I'm just down here. I'm right here.
Would you look at that? I think it worked. You were right, Pumat number 3. All we had to do was invoke that subscription cantrip. Pumat number 3? Oh boy. Well, hello there. I'm Pumat Prime. It's good to finally join you here in the Prime Dimension. I see this is the Twitch Prime realm, I think, and we're on the Critical Role channel, aren't we? Well, would you look at that? You got chat and everything. Respectfully, I was looking for the Prime Rib realm, but this isn't too bad. You see, if you already have access to the Amazon Prime realm, you can get a free subscription to the channel of your choice in the Twitch Prime realm. The two realms have a pretty good working relationship after that peace treaty the Prime Minister signed a few years back. You just have to remember to renew your Twitch Prime subscription at the top of each month, respectfully. And hey, if you're already a subscriber, you can spread the joy by gifting a subscription using the Gift a Sub button. That is, assuming the Empire hasn't sent a tax man to your shop here recently. Alright, well, off to find that darn elusive Prime Rib realm. Who knew the Prime Dimension had so many pockets? Good luck!
welcome back, everyone. So we have the winner of our fantastic giveaway of the awesome tiles from our friends at Wormwood is Furry Photos. Congratulations, Furry Photos. Yes. You have won this awesome Wormwood Kickstarter giveaway. We'll have that to you ASAP.
I feel like I should put this in that jail that is over there, but whatever.
I'll get it to you.
Yeah, let me use it.
There you go. That's for you. For now.
For now.
Before it belongs to Furry Photos.
Get rid of jail.
Alrighty. So.
Of course, it's the bottom one.
Bringing us back in. As you guys caravan your way through the streets to the base of the Aurora Hold, you make your way to the front stairs, up through the front entryway, the doors that are open, and the clerk there immediately wide-eyed goes, what, excuse me, what's going on?
Yeah, we have a meeting with Lady Olios.
Zethris Olios. Yeah. These are our hoopties.
Are you bringing these creatures into the hold?
I'm sorry, what do you mean the hold?
Or are you waiting here?
What is
She said to meet her here.
I'll be right back. And the clerk darts off.
What is the hold?
The hold is the structure you're in. A few moments pass before both Lady Zethris Olios and Lythier arrive out of the left-hand opening. You see that the leisurely outfit that she had on earlier is now gone, and there now is this kind of longer white
tracksuit.
Just chains, everything. Just came back from yoga, guys. This long, almost ceremonial dress with like white and silver. And what looks to be a beautiful necklace of some kind of dull gray stone that when light hits it kind of shines and shimmers. It's very pretty. Anyway, as you approach, she steps forward and goes, very well, so have you acquired all of your friends?
Yes, we're all here, yes.
Looks across Caduceus, Yasha, looks to the two of you.
I apologize for any confusion. These two work for us. Hard workers. Tough to find in this day and age, but they do their jobs well.
Interesting. All right. And your beasts, have you decided to bring them or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, do you think it would be appropriate? Here's the thing. We don't want to offend anyone, but these guys were expensive, you know?
We can try.
How long is the voyage?
Oh, not long.
Are we like teleporting or are we like traveling?
We are using a much faster means of traveling.
Would it make sense to leave these guys behind, or should we? I mean, can they fit? Is it a thing where they have to fit?
She kind of thinks for a second and goes, "We can try."
All right.
All right, this way. She turns around. The guards kind of open the door on the left-hand side fully, and you guys said that it's about 5 feet wide and about 7 feet tall. It is a comical experience squeezing these moorbounders through. This is Winnie the Pooh stuck at Rabbit's window. It's
they eat each other.
Yeah, it takes about 6 people each time to push them through the doorway, and in the process, they're growling and snapping at anyone that isn't you guys, and it is unique. The folks that spend most of their days walking the halls of the Aurora Hold will probably tell of this tale for years to come.
No pooping on the floor, you guys.
Too late, it's already happened twice. On the smooth floor too, it's kind of, Jurassic Park level.
Caleb, clean that up.
I clean it up.
Yes, and motherfucker.
You do make your way down the hallway, which is
Oh, you took it.
Cleaned poop for thief. Got it.
Alrighty. You're led down the hall past the office where Lady Zethris was originally meeting you for your first and secondary meeting. Continuing on, the hallway curves to the left and then comes to a small kind of circular chamber where the other hall seems to curve and enter from that side. So this building seems to have two main halls. Where it meets in the center, there is a doorway that heads back towards the direction of the entrance to the base of the hold, and a spiral staircase that leads up higher into the hold's towers, it seems. On the side that you're facing, there is a fairly heavy-looking door. It's a double door. You see what looks to be a symbol of the dodecahedron is carved into this door where it's divided in the center where the two sides are closed in. And there on each door you can see what looks to be a heavy entrance where a key of some kind should go in. Flanking each side of the door is a heavily armed orcish guard. One's orcish, one's half orcish. And they're both kind of arms crossed, standing, weapons at the ready, and as they approach they give like a bow and respectful nod towards Lady Zethris. And as the rest of you come around the corner into the chamber, they all kind of curiously look at each other and this clusterfuck of a group that's making its way towards the doorway. One of them kind of begins to pipe up and goes,
lady.
She goes, it's fine. She reaches into a small satchel she keeps on her hip and procures this beautiful, intricate silver key that matches like a little bit of the silver inlay that's pressed into the designs along the frame of the door. She presses in at one side and clicks to the left of the door, the one to the right, and both doors shudder as she turns the key until eventually both the orcs reach out and grab the edges and pull both sides open. Beyond that, you see what looks to be a wide staircase, about 8 feet wide, that curves downward out of sight. She continues down, as does Lythir. Do you guys follow?
Yes.
Sure. All right.
You look too cocky. Uncross your arms. You look like you want to start a fight or get it on with that woman. Just look meager.
I want to do all of the above.
Inside thoughts.
So, progressing down the spiral, descends about 100 feet or so into the depths beneath the hold. The temperature gets colder. The air gets noticeably more damp. But most of it is carved stone with just bits of earth that are held back with strips of stone that have been carved out of nearby marvel or placed in through some magical means. It seems that they've been affixed magically, where this seamless and beautiful in its construction. Imagine like a stone rib cage that marks the roof as you go down, just occasional stone kind of archway bars that go over the top. Esh. Once you hit that about 100 or feet below, it levels out, and you find yourself to what is a Y-shaped intersection between 3 small diamond-shaped chambers, each marked with a silver arch at the entryway. So imagine the stairs stop, and you're in this small room, maybe 10 feet across. It's somewhat circular, and on the right side there is a diamond-shaped chamber that goes to one side. To your left, there's a diamond-shaped chamber that goes that way, and then across the way there's a third chamber. They're about 20 feet across, 10 feet wide, where it's at its widest point. And there's an arch that signifies the opening to each of these doors. The floor of the chamber before you has what looks to be this interesting circle of various symbols and carvings that may have had molten silver poured into it and then cooled to give it this kind of silver embossed sigil on the floor. You recognize it. It is similar, though unique, to the symbol that you were shown in the tower in Nicodranas. As you one by one begin to squeeze your way through, there's not enough room in this chamber for all of you and the Moorbounders. So the drow step into the chamber across from where the entrance is. Essentially the point of the triangle between the 3 chambers. Within there is another like subtle, nowhere near as bright and as silver, but a subtle carving on the ground, similar size, about 10 foot wide. This large, kind of grooved, not filled with silver, but a carved groove of other sigils and symbols, and it's some sort of an arcane, like an arcane equation that is built into this for layer upon layer upon layer, getting more intricate as it goes towards the center. As you begin to head into that chamber, Lady Zethris, kind of leading the troop, turns around and goes, I shall cross first. Grant me a pause for but a minute, so I may notify of your coming. I think you'd prefer not to be eviscerated upon arrival, yes?
That would be preferred.
Not right upon arrival, no.
she turns and steps through. You watch as she steps onto the circle, her body just kind of vanishes in the middle air, like she just stepped through a curtain and doesn't exist.
Caleb, start counting.
1, 2,
3. Lythir steps through. Same scenario.
Dang, I was gonna ask him some questions. Hey, you guys, now that we're down here without anybody around us.
There are guards behind you. The orcs. The orcs that let you in are like kind of up in the stairway, kind of keeping a distance from the moorbounders that right now are like jammed in and squeezed and like.
Jesus.
This is a very, very unique journey.
Money well spent. It's been a minute.
Been about a minute.
58.
Who goes first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
You don't get eviscerated.
Ford vanishes through.
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay.
Then we should send
The slaves?
Yeah, and then you and Yasha.
Sure.
Gesture, you step through.
All right.
With my moorbounder, yeah?
You lot.
Bring your moorbounder behind you. You watch as Jester vanishes, but the tether remains taut, and at the edge of it, you see this kind of sparkle. That seems to almost like eat the tether as the moorbounder moves forward, and then eventually, as it steps into the circle, the moorbounder vanishes as well.
Awesome. Take my moorbounder by the collar and just walk forward.
You vanish as well. Caduceus is there with his moorbounder. It's like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
I go.
All right. And he follows you, and you guys all step through, Yasha following suit.
I'll take a big swig and go last.
All right. Braving yourself, as not as wont to do, you take a heavy swig and step forward, and the sensation is cold at first. The body chills in but an instant, and it feels like you're being blasted with a heavy blast of wind, like you just opened a door in the middle of a storm for an instant, and then it comes to rest again. Your eyes lose focus for about a moment, and then as they clarify once more, the lighting has changed. You now find yourselves in a chamber very much like the one you just left, mirrored, though larger. The circular center is now about 25 feet across, and there's plenty of room for you and your moorbounders to all kind of squeeze into this space all together. On the floor, there is a similar symbol to the silver inlaid symbol on the ground as well. These are anchor sigils for teleportation circles.
Fixed and carved, yeah?
Correct. They're carved, and then it looks like they've had molten silver poured into them, so that when it cooled, it now has this like really cool looking silver inlay that matches the symbols.
Does the silver do anything special, or is it just pretty?
You don't know?
I say it out loud.
You say it out loud. Lythir turns to you and goes, "It does both. It aids the continuation of the enchantment, and it is quite beautiful."
It really is.
You see now 6 chambers affixed here as opposed to 3. And there is one staircase that just continues upward. Not a spiral as the one you came down from the Aurora Hold, but one that continues up. As you guys have all stepped through at this point, Lady Zethris turns to you at the base of the stairs, kind of ascended about 3 or 4 of them before stopping and turning around, and goes, "Welcome to the under arches of the lucid Bastion."
Where is that?
I have spoken on your behalf, and you will meet with the Bright Queen within an hour.
Well,
good.
Your guard will escort you to the holding chambers until you are to be presented. Follow, please. And she continues to ascend the stairs.
Lady Zethris,
She continues walking, but gives a hand motion for you to catch up.
how often is it that the Bright Queen actually sees people?
Not very often. Usually at a favor to a member of the various dens. You have done me a favor, and as such, I have given you one in kind.
You're a den mother, then?
I am one of many figures of many dens, but I am one of the 3 most powerful in mine, yes.
Oh.
I had the feeling you were really powerful.
Well, thank you. And she continues to ascend her kind of formal dress, dragging behind her by about 5 or 6 steps. There are guards waiting for you at the top. It's about a 60-foot climb. It's not too extensive. You make your way towards the top of the staircase. And it opens up into this kind of, I don't know how to describe it, this beautiful, long hall to the right and left of you. You can see what looks to be like a semi opaque gray quartz like material that the entirety of this hallway is carved from. You can see the walls themselves reach up probably 30 to 40 feet and slowly come to a heavy arched point at the top. And there are pillars about every 20 feet or so, and this hall goes on for maybe 80 to 100 feet in each direction. And you look past that, and it goes on even further and further. It's probably a good 200 or 300 feet of extensive hall in just this section here. You can see where each one of these arches and the pillars rise up and curve to meet the point. There are sconces that are affixed there where a simple white chain dangles and holds onto these blue luminous orbs, about that large, that just kind of hang from it and give off this beautiful kind of ethereal light that fills the chamber, brighter than you expected. And this gives this entire hall with the somewhat mostly opaque gray crystal a very, almost like a dreamlike quality. It's beautiful and it's strange and it's different, and you swear you can see moving shadows or shapes beyond, but you're uncertain if there are things actually beyond the chamber walls or if it's just a trick of the light, or you're just getting used to the interior. As you move into the main hallway, your moorbounders coming up behind you, still kind of growling and sniveling and scraping the ground with their claws as they move. You can see now up ahead to the right side, there are about a dozen or so drow guards, and about 3 orcish or larger creatures in similar Kreen warrior armor, but it is made silver and reflective. More ornamental, beautiful, and intimidating. And they step carefully and intently to meet you as you step to the right and head further down that chamber, following Lady Zethris. As you guys make it towards where these guards are, Lady Zethris turns to you, the clacking of your feet across this empty hallway, the quiet kind of causing the sound of your footsteps to echo in the silence. She spins around and goes, "They will lead you to the antechamber. Prepare yourselves. Within an hour, you will meet with the Bright Queen."
Is there any formal way to address her ladyship?
Just the Queen.
Should we have some special clothes on, or maybe should we get cleaned up and stuff? Because she's really important and stuff.
You'll be fine.
You mentioned you were one of 3 den mothers. Forgive our ignorance. Would you mind telling us about the other 2?
My sisters, you mean?
Your sisters? I'm unaware.
Where are you from?
Every time.
every time.
I'm just curious. You all seem to find your way under the dynasty's banner, but know so little of its structure.
Well, we all sort of found each other by accident. I was an outcast from deep south, made my way up north and then east. Found this lot.
Make a persuasion check. You're technically not lying.
23.
The tension remains, but she doesn't press further. Yes. Well, to inform you a bit, there are many dens that help run the dynasty. Den Kreen, which you're about to meet, has been, since its inception for the past near millennia, the heads of our people. Meet this with reverence, honesty, and respect. I take it none of you are consecrated, correct?
I haven't turned 13 yet, so I can't technically.
That's a no.
Then you have nothing to look forward to if this life were to end. Be careful.
Is there a way we can just quickly get consecrated or whatever before?
Consecrated.
Yeah, before we meet her, or
Show your faith. Many, many years of service to the dynasty. Maybe then. But such things are not handed out to strangers.
of course. I mean, I just thought that maybe.
Anything to avoid? Any topics of conversation not to be spoken of within the Queen's presence?
Stick to your business. Answer her questions. Ask of your favor. That should suffice.
Thank you.
We should probably put our babies in the holding area, or should we bring them with us to see her?
They will remain in your holding area. I am to believe. And she looks past the guards and makes a motion towards the moorbounders, and you watch as a few of them step forward and reach out to take your leashes, your tethers of the beasts. Creatures kind of, as they approach, they carefully step forward and kind of look towards you and Caduceus and Caleb for kind of a moment of permission. One by one, they gather them
I
and
give my orc guy an arm of the little creature that I killed. And
as
chopped
you
up.
reach in, it is just tar. It is degraded, thick.
Here's your, I put the tar in his hand.
It seeps into all the metallic pieces of his
really nice mirrored armor.
Yarnball really likes that. You can offer it to him.
You don't finish the phrase before your moorbounder goes and starts licking it out of the mouth. It's Yarnball's eyes bugging out the sides. And immediately coughs it up onto the ground. The guards all look at each other and kind of collectively sigh.
Yarnball's eyes don't blink at the same time.
Only one of them blinks, really. At this point, Lady Zethros goes, I believe at this point our debt is paid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for your honorable transaction. And if we find anything else out, we'll come and tell you right away.
Is Lythir gonna come with us, or is she staying with you?
He's right beside you, says, no, I have business as well.
Okay. Cool, just checking.
So,
May
ladies.
the light be with you.
You as well. And she turns and heads the opposite side of the hallway. She's not returning to Sarius, but she was handling business elsewhere. The guards turn and begin to lead the moorbounders and yourselves further down the large hall for about 150 feet or so until you reach what looks to be a double door. Here you see as it opens up into the antechamber, the guards pushing on the inside. It's a 20-foot across room flanked with some black stone benches on each side. You can see a small fountain of clear water that's gently trickling out that sits in the center of the chamber. You can see what looks to be 3 metallic cups that are resting on the lip on the outside of this fountain. The guards tether the moorbounders to these heavy posts, these metallic posts that sit in the corner that look like they contain, or like they hold up some sort of a vase or some sort of a container made of clay or stone. It's hard to make out the materials, but they tether them to it and then lead you inside the antechamber. As you guys kind of make your way in, they close the doors.
Can I get a glance at the glasses?
Yeah, the cups on the fountain.
Cups?
Yeah, the cups are inside the room with you.
Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah, the antechamber is there's a set of benches on each side. And there's the fountain in the center, and there is a larger set of double doors on the other end that are currently closed.
Do the cups just seem
Make a
Like
perception
water
check.
cups, presentery type of thing. 13.
They appear to be clean metallic cups. They're not huge. They're small.
Just resting on the edge of the fountain.
Yeah, it's on the lip. It's about a foot and a half off the ground. You know, you could almost lean and sit on it uncomfortably if you want to.
Be picked up. Come on.
Do we see a symbol of the dodecahedron anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Oh, it keeps doing that.
Yeah, it does a lot of things.
Like 20
8.
different things.
8. No, you don't see anything like that. There isn't a lot of iconography in here. You do notice, and getting a closer look at the material that this whatever this structure is made from, this beautiful gray quartz. Getting close to it, you can see, because it's mostly opaque, but there is some sort of translucence to it. You can see layers and shapes and interesting things in it. And on the inside, you can see what looks to be veins of silver almost. It looks like maybe within a few inches inside. Imagine blanched white silver tree branches that just kind of extend upward like veins and capillaries that eventually dissipate amongst the rest of the stone.
Still,
It's not moving. It's beautiful. It gives everything in here like a natural feel, even though it is hewn material, but very pretty. Above the fountain, there is another one of those blue orbs that is dangling from a white chain that is kind of giving this nice, cool glow to the interior. Temperature is comfortable, if like slightly chilly, but comfortable.
What's coming out of the fountain? Just water as far as we can see?
Clear, just fucking blood everywhere. Perfectly clear water, it looks like. You hear the faint trickle.
Well,
Man, I never did pee. I really felt like I didn't do that.
I'll go over and pick up one of the cups.
Okay, it's lightweight.
I gotta look over his shoulder.
It is only your party.
touch anything. Just
us.
Just you guys,
Wow.
Lucis and Yasha. You are sealed in the chamber, and you assume you have under an hour.
Definitely ours to use, right?
Oh, this is the waiting chamber.
This is, you gather this is the waiting
Watching
chamber.
us? Should we?
Let's look around. Let's look around the walls and see if there's any looks like peepholes around where people are looking in, or maybe
Paintings
through that.
with
I wonder
eyes?
if they're looking at us through that glowy thing.
That
I
would be my
scooped the
guess.
cup through the fountain.
I do the same
Okay.
thing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Maybe it's the fountain of youth.
You actually drank that shit?
So,
Yeah.
Bo, I need you to. No, I'm kidding. It's very crisp, very clean, cool water. It's actually some of the best water you've had in a long time.
Oh,
You've
we've been in Asarius for so long. Oh. Yeah, it's good.
Really nice. Anybody else want to wet your whistle?
I'm gonna.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Takes the cup and scoops it in, and
I'm gonna look
We're all
around.
going to tell the truth when we get in there.
Cheers.
cheers.
I'm gonna look for any
Put some tea leaves in it. Kind of lets it soak for a little bit.
Cold brew.
any writing on the wall, any marks, anything.
Make an investigation check.
Ew. Gross. 11.
11. You run the perimeter a couple of times, and you don't see any writing. There's nothing. There's nothing particular about this chamber and its design beyond the fact that it's functional and beautiful in its simplicity. Most of the detail is within the actual stone itself, and that is it's beautiful. It's ancient. It's hard to really grasp how it was made, but it gives off a very calming air to the interior.
Okay.
I guess we wait.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna say to this? I mean,
The
Caleb
truth.
and I-
We're going to say the truth
We're obviously just gonna talk about the truth.
about how we're looking for
Can I
the
sit
scientist
down on the
gentleman
bench,
because he
please?
can help cure our employers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take one of my brushes and on the underside of the bench,
Where do we come from?
I'm going to
I feel like
draw
they
a
keep
symbol of the
asking us where
traveler.
we come from.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for
Oh
me.
boy, are you gonna graffiti this place?
16.
16. Okay. You deftly stretch for about 3 minutes And feel pretty confident. Now, is this regular ink or is this magic ink?
This is just regular ink.
Okay.
I know, but we're in Jorhaus, Ashkeeper Peaks. Where's Yasha?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
I'm from south of the Sorrow Seep.
The what? Sorrow Seep?
Yeah, in the Iothia Moorlands.
Yeah, basically not on this map ends.
Do we want to be from there?
Well, I always say we were like from Blade Garden and we came over through the Ashguard garrison. Because we weren't welcome no more. Too
I
much?
certainly hope that they are not watching us right now.
I'm sure they are.
Because you have shot the bed if they are.
What do you think?
I think we should tell the truth that we are pirates, y'all. If it
We are
really
pirates.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We're from the sea.
I know pirates are frowned upon and stuff, but that's the truth, and we grew up on the sea, you know? We
Yep.
shouldn't be ashamed of that.
Exiled from, what the hell was it called? In one day. Dark Toe.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
We are exiles in every sense of the word.
I don't think that Caleb and I will probably do much talking.
Right.
So.
Okay.
But it might be weird if have your servants, slaves, whatever you want to call us in the room. Should we have a little bit more of an explanation there?
Maybe when you come in, you both just like bow down and get down on all hands and knees and look down at the ground.
Ooh, you can hold the cups for us. Why don't you hold the cups for us?
I was thinking more like I'm your personal bodyguard.
What if you sit down on your hands and knees and then we sit on you like you're our personal
Yeah, like
stools.
benches.
Yeah. Like you come around with us and give us like, you know,
We are very expensive benches that you hire.
very powerful bench.
Among other things.
I've
but
always
yeah,
thought that about you.
real
Kate.
important job description.
I wish I had a bench to throw at all of your all's
There is
heads.
a bench. There's a couple black benches in here. If you want
They
to.
seem very bolted to the ground.
How did I get here with you people?
We take you to all the best places. We're about to meet a queen, yo. This is amazing.
It is.
We were on a boat a couple days ago.
She's like really famous and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty excited.
See?
I've never met a queen.
No.
No.
Like a little Elvis, like just a little.
Be fairy.
Any coins on the bottom of the fountain?
Thank you, well, mother. Thank you.
The DM will remember that. No, what was your question?
Any coins at the bottom of the fountain? Anything tossed in for good luck?
Make a perception check.
Hey, 20.
20. No coins. It is clear. It is a perfectly cleaned. There is no algae. It is just clean water.
I'm gonna look for peepholes.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I had said that a while
Oh, you
ago.
did?
Yeah, but I never
Oh, we never
rolled an investigation.
Sorry. Go ahead and either of you or both of you roll investigation checks, or one of you with advantage if you want.
20.
Okay, that's better than me.
20. Okay. You glance around the chamber. You spend the next 15 or so minutes carefully scanning the ceiling and the walls and the floor where it meets. No peoples. About that time, the doors where you entered open. You've been here about 40 minutes or so. And the doors where you came through open, and Lythir steps in as well.
Hey, welcome back.
Yes, of course. Anyway, and he comes in, the door closes behind him. The guards are still waiting there on the outside. And he just kind of stands, finds one of the nearby benches, and kind of stands next to it. Doesn't even sit, but just kind of quietly keeps watch.
Unusual traveling partners, I know. What are you here to talk to the Bright Queen about?
That is my business, but it seemed convenient to fix my wagon to yours on this travel. I was already in the middle of discussing business with Lady Zethris. So here we are, strange bedfellows, yes.
How crazy is it that there was a fucking rift to the abyssal plane, huh?
I will admit that was unexpected. Such magics are not commonly found or even seen these days. That is an ancient construct, but not. I'm confused by it.
Not what do you mean it wasn't ancient?
Meaning the materials were more recently cobbled.
Oh, really? Do you think somebody built it within the city?
I don't know if it was in the city, but it's been within this age at very least.
Wow.
Weeks, months. The shape and design of it seems to have seen little wear and tear.
Yeah, it did seem pretty new.
These happenings, are they limited to the City of Beasts, or has it been happening all over the dynasty?
I do not know. I have not been privy to such discussions, so...
But you might be seeing more of the dynasty soon after you get transferred away, right?
Oh boy. Maybe.
Don't like the City of Beasts that much? Too many beasts? Not enough beasts?
It lacks some of the more, gentle comforts of life.
Sure.
Where are you from?
I believe we've asked enough questions of myself. Where are you from?
I believe we've asked enough questions of myself too.
He narrows his eyes very intently towards you.
Have you ever tried baked goods with cinnamon in them?
Why do you ask?
Because they're really good.
I have not.
You should try it.
Good to know. I will keep this in mind next time I have the option of enjoying this cinnamon.
It's one of the top 10 foods. It's really good for you.
Plus, yeah, it's supposed to be really good for your health too, yeah. It's good.
And you keep your pets close by.
Yes, they serve a variety of functions. They have actually very sharp memories. Watch, I can say 13, 44, 16. What'd I say?
13, 44, 16.
Both. They also make really excellent. Bo, come here. Be my footstool.
We're doing that? We're doing that thing?
I'm sitting on the bench already, so I just lift up my feet and wait for her to get down.
I say I'm gonna fucking get you.
It is a very interesting punishment for Imperial dogs.
It's not so much a punishment as it is an honor for them. Caleb, why don't you come over here and make sure my boots are looking clean for the Brat Queen, will you?
I take a very filthy rag out of my pocket. I start to buff his shoe.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, this is awful.
Zythir actually lets out a chuckle watching this. Well, you've certainly known how to pass the time.
I've had this dream.
At this point, you hear some footsteps approaching from the other larger doors.
You can get up.
Get a few dogs. Get up, you dog.
As you, Caduceus and Yash look very uncomfortable. With a resounding thum, the heavy stone doors begin to grind against the floor, leading further into the bastion. A bright white light warms you as you step into the colossal cathedral-like throne room. The octagonal chamber is made of the same semi-opaque gray stone, maybe 120 feet, 150 feet across from you. It rises to a gradual point, like an inverse pyramid from the interior, with harsh edges and elongated, jagged ridges that cut upward along the surface like climbing ice. You see roughly 12 armored figures, similar to the silvered warriors of the hallway previously, vigilant at 2 exits, the doors where you entered, and a pair of doors at an angle to your left. The rest of the chamber is enclosed. At the peak of the room, where the point is at its highest, probably at the elongated pyramid shape of this chamber, about 200 feet above the center, you see a circular sphere about 10 feet across, suspended by what looks to be heavy white chains, and it is emanating a bright white light, like a small captured star, illuminating the chamber like it was the brightest moonlight you've ever seen, the purest, whitest moonlight. Now, the actual room before you, you can see gathers and rises up into a small, lifted dais. And then on that, there are 3 more elevated platforms, with staircases that lead up to the center and ones in the sides that curve up to the edges. On top of that, above the platforms, as the guards begin to lead you closer to it still, you can see there are 2 side platforms that raise up with gentle stairs on top of this central raised area. And on each of these side bits, there are 4 chairs. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. And seated within them, you see a menagerie of figures, mostly drow, but you see an orc. You see a bugbear in robes on the opposite right side. They're all mid-conversation, kind of hushed whispers. You cannot make out they're talking at this distance, but you can see there is some commotion and discussion. The 3rd raised platform raises higher than the other 2 and has one heavy, wide staircase that ascends up to the top where you see 5 chairs of differing sizes. And in the center, one massive, bright, white crystal throne that rises what looks like 13 or so feet from its base. Between where all those chairs are kind of arranged in a semicircle towards the stair, you see in the middle what looks to be a short pillar, maybe 3-4 feet off the ground, and atop it, a bright platinum wire frame construct of a dodecahedron. All the individuals around, as you ascend the staircases towards the center of this area, all the conversation stops and comes to a halt as all faces shift to you. Atop the highest platform, immediately across from you as you step up the large staircase and walk towards the middle of these 2 rows of raised chairs, the eyes watching as you pass. You see 5 figures sitting among the chairs atop, in the center, in the throne. You see a beautiful figure. A voice rings out, kind of sourceless around you. Visitors, you bear witness to the bright Queen Laylis Kreen. The woman in this throne stands in a sparkling warrior dress of crystals and mithril chain. Her beautiful dark gray-blue skin peeking from beneath the vibrant glow of glittering beads and armor plates. Her white hair topples from under a headdress of 3 white crystal ibex-like horns that curve to the back. Past her shoulders, the hair meets her waist from behind. Her piercing turquoise eyes look down at you from above a stern smile. She steps up, lording right over where the dodecahedron is, coming no closer as you are all led to stop, kind of between these 3 raised platforms, the bright light ahead, casting shadows directly around where your ankles and feet are. The voice once more, ominous and around you, say, "May she warm your weariness." She lifts a staff you can see that goes about 1.5 feet beyond her height, itself solid white marble that fades to gray, and at the top it seems to arrive into like 4 clawed fingers that wrap around an even smaller symbol of the dodecahedron. Welcome, children of light.
Light be with you.
Lady Zethris of Den Olios speaks of a deed done in the protection of Asarius, and discoveries most foul. I ask you to tell me of these deeds.
Well,
Yes, our Queen, Empress of Light, it is lovely to take audience with you. Thank you for your time and your graciousness. We are the members of the Mighty Nein, a group of adventurers and investigators who have recently helped your lady Olios, thank you.
Yes, they were having an issue because a lot of like fiends and monsters were coming out into the city, and also some people were being like mind controlled, and they were acting very weird, and stuff. So we, took care of that.
We found a happening under the soil, and there was creatures from the abyssal plane. We fought, destroyed, and managed to shut a rift to that dimension. We recovered an artifact which we brought to Lady Olios.
We only apologize that it took us an entire day to solve this problem.
Yes, we had to wait until the dead of night when one of the citizens of the town was being molested by evil mind-controlling succubuses and incubuses. That's what they're called.
I think it's,
Yeah.
one's boy and one's girl.
Yeah, and they were making him visualize like really sexy bugbears. Like,
we don't need to get into the details, but it was devastating for your people.
Yes.
Until we stepped in and put it.
We saw them, we fought them, we followed them down to their lair, where we drew them out and then closed the rift. And upon closing the rift and killing the creatures, we found the artifact that was
We
causing.
covered that already.
Yeah, but that was making it sound cooler.
Yeah, okay.
Take a persuasion check.
See if it was cool. Cool check. Cool check.
No!
Not cool.
Persuasion, what do I got here? 10.
10. All right. You see a slight grin and a cocked eyebrow peek through the very intense and well-presented presence of Lady Screen.
Lady Zethris of Den Olios also says you deferred most of your riches to seek my favor. Is this true?
It is. Money is not as important to us as a favor would be in our time of need.
Well, her word carries weight with this court. Might I ask, what are your origins? You act with an air that is unique in Jorhas, especially during these trying times.
The truth is, we are people without a home and without a place of our own. We all have different origins, but
We came together on the seas.
And if you are indeed to have my favor, what would you wish of me? What calls your deeds done at such threat to your own lives pre-consecution?
Well,
we do have a favor to ask. Yes. If I may, we are on a greater mission of our own, an important mission to recover, or at least question, a gentleman that we believe is in your custody, or at least your dynasty's custody. His last name is Branato, and he's a scientist, a chemist. We believe that he has done some experiments which have wreaked havoc in other parts of the world and caused people great suffering. And as part of our mission, we are to find out what he knows and possibly use his information to heal some of the people who were affected by his experiments.
we were asked to find him and return him so that he may be punished by the people there, but we know he is in your custody, so we understand if that's not possible.
I would like both of you to make deception checks, please.
That's really so much of it.
That's a 1, so I'll use this.
Change that timeline.
Way better. Still not great with my -3.
Mighty Nein for me!
Was it?
9.
9?
10.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
I was trying to let you talk. It's your thing, but shit. Deception +8.
Okay.
Okay, a couple things.
We are instantly bad.
One, the warm expression of the queen becomes less warm and a bit more stone-faced. And specifically in the moment that you concentrate and utilize that fragment of possibility within you, there's a brief. Hold on. There is a brief, just a slight head turn of acknowledgement towards you and a curious look. A voice comes out from the side, to the left side of you, amongst the thrones. It goes, "My queen, if I could speak."
Who is this? Is that like you?
You look to your left to find the voice, and Lythir is standing there. "Of course." And she puts out a hand. Lythir steps forward and goes, "My eye has been caught by these travelers. For their smell is alien, their intent unclear. I myself still recover from wounds suffered along the western edges of the Ashkeeper Mountains, not a week before.
We fucked him up.
As does my partner, a lauded Echo Knight in your service, my queen. We came upon a troop of Dwendalian scouts seeking weakness in our borders, wishing subterfuge upon our brave soldiers. We did battle and slew many of their filthy ilk, but were forced to flee when the tides turned against us. When these creatures, these allies of the Empire, assailed us." The air leaves the room as every member of this court kind of stands to look down upon you. The queen leans back into her gate, and her staff hits the stone. In that silence, she looks down at you, her eyes now burning. "Is this true?"
Yep, that's true. Yeah, we did fight with some of your soldiers upon crossing into the dynasty. Yes, that
But
is
we're
true.
we're not soldiers of the Empire.
My queen, clearly the gentleman is confused. We too were found in an ambush and found ourselves assaulted from both sides. Your friend over here did not seem to take any special actions to ascertain the nature of our journey. We did trade blows, although I do not recognize him from that particular encounter, but yes, this did occur. We were trying to make our way to the City of Beasts, which we successfully did.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, Travis Willingham.
You got this one.
40 persuasion?
Yeah.
11.
Hey, that's over 10.
It's over 10.
This one goes to 11.
Her chin now raised. The warmth has vacated her face. The expression hard and angry. "I am curious why you would walk into my sanctum."
Yeah, me too. Things are all dumb right now.
That's it?
Have you nothing to say for yourselves?
We simply seek your aid.
Guards.
Wait. We have not been honest with you, it's true.
Guards, I'm gonna go ahead.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
He's getting a map. He's getting a map. He's getting a map.
Are we going to go into combat, Matt?
I don't know, it's up to you guys.
There's no
If we do, this combat is powered by our friends at Dwarven Forge.
Oh, shit!
They just restocked their most powerful Dungeon of Doom sets, which are available in their store now at dwarvenforge.com. Go get it. This combat should be interesting for everyone watching.
Holy shit.
If it's combat.
We do not need to fight them. We are not going to
We
fight.
have to surrender.
We're not going to fight.
I mean, there's a million people and chairs everywhere.
Yeah, we
Deadly chairs.
Holy
Never trust
fucking
chairs.
Shit.
We have like.
God damn it. Just a couple fucking rolls.
Like all of them rough rolls, guys.
We
and this is
might
Up and not recognizing
The
what's his
guards
dick.
immediately start approaching. Are you guys fighting? Or are you surrendering?
No, wait,
Nope.
wait.
Our hands.
Throw up our hands, yeah.
All right, you are surrendering.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we gonna do? Fight you guys? You guys are super powerful.
Okay.
We don't work for the Empire. Please.
The guards all stepping up to the sides. Here behind. And here. And here.
What should we do?
And even more
Quick, say something.
begin to arrive up.
We have to tell her the truth.
Tell her the truth.
Yes, yes.
Just tell her.
She turns and sits back down on the throne. Everyone else begins to sit down. They seem to have lost attention on you in the moment, and the guards begin to rush forward and just grab you at the shoulders. They grab Caleb.
I'm sorry. We are sorry. We have come to bring you something. We have come to bring you something. We have come a long way.
No.
Oh no. Just get arrested, man. Just get arrested.
I think we should do it.
Oh, Jesus.
They've pushed Caduceus onto the ground. Yasha is currently being put into shackles.
Please, please spare us. He's my husband. You have my husband. You're holding my husband.
There's no attention being paid.
The Empire is working against you. Wildmount is working against you. And we have brought the proof, if you will allow me to show it to you.
The Zyther across the way goes, "What proof?"
I need to approach my friend. I mean no harm. I need to remove something from...
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy, this went perfectly in my head.
16.
16. You have a moment. Anything strange, and I take off your head.
Chester, I am coming to you, okay? I am just going to open this bag.
Careful,
As you
there's
reach
a lot of
for it,
sludge in there.
you hear the sound of many blades being drawn as you reach for the bag. Echoing through the immense chamber, the bright light bearing down on top of you. You can feel the sweat beads forming and dripping down your forehead and gathering in your brow.
I say this as a child of the Empire. Connected to inner circles there long ago. And I reach in and grab the dodecahedron.
Okay.
Oh God.
And lift it into the air.
I thought you were gonna get out the tripod first.
Go big or go home.
Okay. The minute you pull the dodecahedron out, you hear the clattering of metal. Ting, 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 ting. Gasps. If you thought air was escaped from the room before, it is a vacuum now and silence. The thrum of the object in your hand, the light pulsing like the heartbeat since the moment you found it. You see every eye upon you. And the queen, the bright queen herself, Aelis Kryn, has stepped around the art object, the symbol that sits before her throne, and looks down straight into it, her eyes wide. You see tears forming at the corners of her face.
I am of the Empire. But I am no friend to the Empire. One of your own came to retrieve this and fell. And I bring it to you. And I set it down in front of Jester, 2 or 3 feet in front of her feet, and raise my hands back into the air.
Everyone is just locked in on this, and slowly they all begin to look to the bright queen. She holds her staff up and says, "Release their bindings."
one by one, you find your chains, your manacles pulled away. The queen takes a step, and another, and approaches, tall, elegant with each step. She approaches, and she's even more imposing, more beautiful and ethereal the closer she gets to you. She sets her staff aside and reaches down from the handles, picks it up. You bring us hope. And you have undone one of many great wounds against us today. I have no words. My emotions burn within my chest. If you are no friend to the Empire, you have certainly today become heroes of the dynasty. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh my god!
Because it's 10 o'clock and I want to do Taliesin and this when we come back in a couple weeks. Plus it's a fun moment to finish.
Oh, that's right. We're taking next week off.
Take next week off, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, God.
That turned that around.
Oh, God.
I was like, all right, they're going to get prison and they'll go back there and maybe it'll be like trying to find out where he's in the prison. It's like, no, okay.
Yeah. There's my die.
Yeah.
That I was looking for.
That's where it is.
Part of the world.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of figured her husband was in jail.
Yeah.
Where we were going to be sent to. But
Because
no.
he did say that he was going to like Rosanna, right?
No, he didn't say.
He didn't say.
We never even got to try it with the tripod.
I know. Maybe we can give her the tripod too and just, tell her
Just
to
go full
say,
cream.
tell her to give it a whirl while we're standing right there.
Okay. I've got a lot to think about over these next 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. All right. You returned the beacon to the Kreen. Okay.
So are they super powerful now? And they're gonna, oh God.
Destroy the Empire.
Let's just go back to the third temple and get Ukatoa out here while we're at it. I mean, fucking, what do we got to lose?
Okay. All right, guys, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, you did something crazy.
We gave the nuke to the bad guys. Bad guys? Are they good guys?
Is the Empire good guys?
We gave
Is there a way to lose Dungeons and Dragons other
We
than a
gave somebody
TPK?
a nuke. Oh God.
Well, you might be in a position to learn a lot more about the dynamics of the world larger than you now that you've made a very huge ally very quickly.
Nice.
Oh, this is going to be real interesting.
Oh God.
You got 2 weeks to think about it.
This map, right?
guys.
This map covers the areas that we just declared war with. We are a part of this part of the map. This is us.
The part that we know nothing
Fuck
about?
this whole thing. Us no longer safe for us.
Not necessarily.
Also, they don't.
Sure.
The Empire doesn't know where the Dodeca went. As far as they know,
don't know
someone
that we
broke
had
into the
it.
tower and took it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They didn't know that we took
A
it.
cream took it.
Well, well done. Sadly, no combat, but at least you get to see the throne room.
How would we have survived Did we use the new cameras? Did we use the new cameras?
I'm not saying that you would have survived at the very least, but I'm just going off of our previous experiences. Sometimes I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it was a possibility you surrender. I knew it was a possibility you try and be like a fuck this guys, we're gonna get out and make a crazy escape, and then it would have. But fuck, that was.
Yeah, we teleported in.
Just ride or die.
Teleported in. I don't think we were trying to escape. I didn't think we were going to jail. which is maybe where we were trying to go in the first place.
It's all good. We're in a position of power now. We are.
That one surviving dude.
I didn't know my passing
yeah,
joke
man, I'm
about.
surprised we didn't recognize him.
Because he was
He was in
He was
armor.
in helmet and armor when you fought him.
Motherfucker.
Later on.
Oh, so
yeah, and your insight check wasn't high enough to get more information about his response to you when you guys had entered the chamber.
Also, legitimately, for all we knew, we were about to be murdered on the spot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm super excited to see what happens now. Well, all right, guys. Well,
let me go home and rewrite some stuff.
Well, I've got some prep to do. I've got some prep to do.
Toss some binders out.
I'm kind of glad we have a week off now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see you guys. As a reminder, we're off next week. We'll be dark for that. We'll still have content and stuff throughout the channel throughout the week. We'll be back the 4th of April, I believe. April 4th.
That's correct.
So enjoy your time off. We'll enjoy ours. And as always, we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
See you